Where'd you get those glasses?
Tooth fairy. I'm giving you a choice. Either put on these glasses or start eating that trash can.
Not this year.
They are dismantling the sleeping middle class. More and more people are becoming poor. We are their cattle. We are being bred for slavery.
Woo! It's like a drug. Wearing these glasses makes you high, but you come down hard. Put the glasses on! Put them on!
The world needs a wake-up call. We're gonna phone it in. The golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules.
Mama don't like tattletales.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Coming to you from somewhere deep inside Transition Studios. Brought to you by your hosts, Roger and Lito. Welcome to Sci-Fi Rewind!
We're gonna go ahead and beat that.
I thought we weren't supposed to curse.
No. I mean, like, this is the intro. This probably a bunch of this stuff will get cut out right here.
Oh, good.
And then we'll say, let's cut all this out, but that'll actually be in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I've literally, I'm sorry. I've just been telling myself, okay, can't curse.
If you believe they put a Roger on the moon.
You've been to the moon?
I can never confirm nor deny that.
Okay.
Okay, welcome to another episode. I'm Lito.
And I'm Roger.
And together we are
Sci-Fi Rewind. There you go.
All right, we got it right. One of these days, we'll get the intro right. It's still a work in progress.
Well, there was that one intro a couple weeks back where it's just like you didn't even say Sci-Fi Rewind at the beginning, or we just said our names.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe when editing comes and I put it on YouTube, maybe I'll show the episode that was.
Okay.
I don't know. Or you guys could just look it up.
That could be for our Patreon subscribers.
Do we have a Patreon?
No.
Okay.
We'll get there one day, maybe. I don't know.
Who are you?
Yeah, who's this guy?
Hi, my name's Josh Lawhorn.
Oh, hey, how about that? Josh, we got another guest today.
Okay, now let's start the episode. Let's get into the pitch.
All right, no, okay.
I'm just messing.
Josh, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us at Sci-Fi Rewind.
Yeah, good to have you.
Awesome.
A little bit, I know you from the film school. It's the Sci-Fi Gods.
They don't want us to do this episode.
They don't want me here.
Whoa.
Okay, it's time for you to leave.
All right.
We have to cancel this episode. We're sorry, everyone.
They live.
They're alive. They're stopping us.
They're still alive.
They are.
This is Biden.
This is it, dude.
Biden's like,
this is it.
Corn pop.
No, this is them, like trying to come.
Yeah.
You know, like no, don't get this out to the masses. We don't want to be exposed.
They can't know. It's one that can see.
He's not asleep. Anywho, so Josh and I went to film school. You did a film while you were in film school. It was called it was the one you did with the Earharts and for that 48-hour film, the horror one.
Yeah,
remember that one?
I'm blanking.
Something about like not the cable guy. It wasn't like the cable.
No, yeah.
It was like something like that, right?
I'm so sorry. I have to look this up.
I got you with the first question.
Yeah.
Something about a cable guy. What is this? Like Larry
I try to forget about that one.
That one was good.
The Technician.
The Technician.
It was the Technician.
The cable guy. I was kind of close.
Yeah.
Larry the cable guy?
No. Dude.
What?
He doesn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it was the Technician. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. You guys, 48 hours. I mean, you guys got it done.
We did some cool things.
And that was awesome. You're a stand-up comedian, right?
I did. Yeah. I was a stand-up comedian for 4 years. I'm on an indefinite sabbatical right now.
Okay.
So
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But you're funny.
Some people say that.
Funny like a clown?
No, I'm not a clown. No, I'm just I'm a jokester, I'm a prankster, I'm a jester.
Okay. Sounds very cool. I heard you were a UFC fighter.
I was not in the UFC, but I was in 2 MMA fights.
Wow.
Which is better than saying that I lost 2 MMA fights in very dramatic fashion.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, it hurt.
Oh, my goodness.
It hurt a lot. Getting punched in the face is not cool.
Those gloves don't give you much.
No, and you know what's kind of gross is they only had 1 set of gloves for like each fighter.
No.
Yeah, so they had 1 blue and 1 red. So after the fights, you'd have to like put on these nasty gloves that someone had just used, and there's blood all over them, and they got to wipe it. Yeah, it's sweat.
That's a horror movie.
It's awful.
You just find like a finger in one of them.
It's awful. Yeah, a tooth.
Oh God.
Oh God, a tooth is lodged on the outside. What? Oh my Lord.
But also, you were in the military.
I was in the Marines.
The Marines.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for thanking me.
Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, to meet a real life, someone who's actually put their life on the line for the country, I have to,
Well, I was an IT guy, so.
That's still, that's part of, you need all that infrastructure and support and, the data, doing all the networks and stuff. That's important. It's communications. I mean, that's half the battle, right?
It's actually probably 90%.
Yeah, communicating to the troops, putting them in the right position.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that if one side, like if the South had 1 walkie-talkie, well, actually it should have been like 2 walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
It would have changed the whole complexity of the war.
So what they use, like messengers, guys on horseback or whatnot, or to communicate?
Yeah, I don't think they had telegrams yet.
Wow. See?
Telegraphs or whatever.
Whoever can, be on top of technology will probably have a good advantage in the battlefield, on the battlefield these days.
So, but everyone's got good technology now.
They do? That's scary.
I mean, we have better weapons, but I mean, yeah, it's just a constant battle between, intercepting other people's encrypted messages.
Oh, so it's still like that? Like still spy games and
Absolutely, yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Spy games and psychological warfare.
Oh, like coming up with like balloons as tanks over here, but then attacking from over here, like setting up. I've heard kind of like this decoy stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of decoy. I mean, okay, so like I've never been to combat, but I have buddies, and pretty much what it is it's like you kind of know where they're going to be at, or sometimes you don't know where they're. And it's like you're just like kind of marching, hiking, and then all of a sudden like. Is that a bad guy over there? And then you guys just start shooting at each other. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's pretty much what war is.
That's not, I mean, it's like, it's business. I mean, it's nothing personal.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, at that point. And then afterwards, I'm sure, after the battle and you lose a guy, they lose a guy, then it gets personal, I would assume.
Yeah, it gets very personal.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you seen Restrepo?
Yeah, I've seen Restrepo. I saw Restrepo when I was stationed at my MOS school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They showed it
was
to you
like
guys?
we watched it on Netflix. A couple of buddies and I got together and we watched it, and I remember I was like in for like 6 months, and seeing this, it's like, oh my God.
I know.
Yeah, it's
I've never
terrifying.
So I don't think I've seen a more realistic kind of like representation as to what like a regular soldier kind of goes through than that. Wow. I mean, constantly just being fired upon and just going about your day or whatever, or firing back. I don't know.
And they're all young kids too.
Seriously.
For the most part.
Well, I know. That's got to be some part of it, right? I mean, not to get into that whole thing, but since I got you here or whatever, I mean, being young and kind of naive, I guess, or
naive, also wanting to be like a hero, like a real life superhero, and they build you up so well that you really buy into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an armor, and then you go and you see it, right? And then you come back and you're like, wow, that was not as cool.
Yeah, I trained for war, but really, the thing that I did the most was clean bathrooms and buff floors.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you were are you allowed to say? Or?
Yeah, I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I was stationed in San Diego, California.
Get to see the world.
Beautiful, tropical.
San Diego
and Okinawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I come back to Cleveland, and there's ice on my car this morning, and I'm like,
why?
I should have stayed in.
Why?
There's ice just entirely over my car. It's just like completely covered.
Yeah, it was really hard to get off too. Did you have a hard time?
I didn't bother trying to get everything off. I just
drove.
Well, I got the windshield.
I don't know where I'm going.
I got the windshields. I got the windows.
Remember, he's young. He doesn't. He's only been like through 5 winters.
Yeah.
But just like on the doors and what, just like on the doors, I just was like, I don't care. It's just like there's so much. It's just completely covered. So I just got the windows, and it was just like
Jesus, take the wheel.
And I felt like I
Fight
kept
Club.
hearing this like kind of noise as I was driving because it's not normally there, and I was like, is that just the ice that's covering my entire car? Is it like trying to get off or something?
Maybe, or it could be that your transmission's going.
Yes, that's
He's
possible.
got a nice car. He doesn't.
I have a 2005 Lexus. It's a piece of crap.
You drive a Lexus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy.
Talking about.
Drive a Honda Civic, man.
Piece of crap.
With dents in the hood because homeless people walked on top of it.
Dude, the key part of that sentence is Lexus.
Yeah.
Okay. There's there's never been a piece of crap Lexus.
I drive a crappy Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you should see what it's been through. It's just like it's a miracle. It's still standing.
What do you mean? It's probably just got McDonald's wrappers in there. No big deal.
Dude, it was in the riots of 2020, okay?
Oh, okay.
The COVID riots of 2020.
I mean,
2020? Yeah. that's
technically,
true.
it was
Good
around
percent.
that. Technically, it was existing around that time. So I guess there is some
That's what I mean.
some sort of truth to it.
The COVID riots. Is that going to be a thing that like it's going to be in history books now?
If it's not,
Yeah.
I just made it.
Did
a
you
thing.
coin it?
I coined that.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Josh Lawhorn coined the phrase COVID riots
The COVID riots of 2020.
of 2020.
I'm going to tell my kids about
Cleveland or
it. Well, it was nationwide, but
that's true.
But we could brand the Cleveland portion of it like, oh, 2 cop cars were lit on fire.
Yeah, at least 2. And then somebody came out of a Sbarro with a gun. That was kind of cool.
No, that was I went to high school with that kid. That was Corbo's.
Corbos.
I went to high school with John Corbo.
Oh, for real?
And that was John Corbo holding the gun.
Dude, good. More power to him, man.
I know.
That was awesome.
Actually, a lot more power to him because when I was in high school with him, he weighed like 450 pounds.
Oh, no.
And he got gastric bypass surgery our senior year, and he's looking pretty good
Nice,
now.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's cool. You ever see Monster Squad?
Monster Squad? No.
Yeah, okay. There's a little. Okay, I'm not going to say it then. No problem.
Well, I feel
I don't
like
re-
our latest discussion about rights and whatnot is a good transition into our film.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
Introducing our guest here.
Oh, okay.
Currently, he works at Flex Media. They do commercial films here in Cleveland, and that's awesome. That we're joining the two houses, right? Like,
Yeah.
Transition does docs and stuff, and you do
Corporate videos.
corporate videos.
Yeah, corporate videos.
Yeah, so I see your stuff all the time online, and you guys are doing like some cool stuff here in town, in Cleveland, Ohio. How
In
about
Cleveland,
that?
yeah. Well, we're
for
based out of Parma.
Okay, same.
So,
It's southern states of Parma.
Yeah.
That's good. Southern Ohio or southern Cleveland, right?
Yeah, we did. I'll say this: like, it's cool. I've learned so much more about businesses, like the
Yes.
businesses around town,
Right.
that I didn't realize there were so many small and large businesses that are like big players in the world.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
Cleveland's got a lot of headquarters.
A lot of headquarters. And I've learned a lot. We're pumping out a lot of good corporate videos. We mostly do like manufacturing and
Sure.
we got this big project for the Greater Cleveland Partnership, which is actually right across the street.
Cleveland.
Greater Cleveland Partnership.
Okay.
They're like the Chamber of Commerce for Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then, you provide a service, like, because a lot of these companies don't have in-house video production teams, and you guys kind of, and take care of all their production
Marketing needs.
video content, and upload it to their social medias or give them the files, and they
Yeah.
Sweet. I mean, what else? What else could they ask for? It's great.
$1 million.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. So did I leave anything out?
No. Well, actually, I'm working on a short film right now.
Oh, yeah. How
Yeah, I'm
about
working on
that?
it's I don't want to give too much away, but it's called Ostrich Eyes.
Ostrich eyes.
Yeah, and it's about a not long for this world sexagenarian who is
That was a big word.
he's in a show trial. Yeah, sexagenarian is someone who's in their 60s.
That's a $10 word I've never heard.
Well, you learned it here.
Yeah. Sexagenarian?
Sexagenarian
Okay.
has nothing to do with sex.
I was about to say. Okay, good. You read my mind.
Yeah, there's no sex.
That's okay, cool. It just means because he's in his 60s?
Yeah,
And then he's not long for this world?
he's not long for the world that he's in at that moment in time, and he's on trial. He's in a show trial,
Oh.
and
Okay.
some
I
bad
don't wanna
things are
ask
going to
too
happen to
much.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, we can discuss afterwards, so it's not like out there
Absolutely.
for anybody else to kind of like pick up. So, yeah. That sounds cool. Were you going to have some sort of? So you're producing it yourself?
Yeah, I'm producing it myself. We're gonna try to raise some funds through a Kickstarter.
Very good.
Which should be launching end of this month, early next month.
We'll link it.
Okay.
On
Awesome.
this episode.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we got a really cool trailer. I showed you the trailer.
Yes. Can we link that as well? Is
Absolutely.
That,
yeah.
Public.
It's
Okay.
gonna be in the Kickstarter. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll just have a nice little package. You know, Josh Lawhorn, he does stuff. You know, he's not just some guy off the street talking to us.
Sometimes.
So that's awesome that you're doing your own films. And do you know how long it's going to be? Is it going to be short? Is it going to be a feature? Or?
It's going to be short. It's going to be about 5 to 7 minutes, and I hope to pitch it into something bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got a pretty crazy idea for it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to give any of that away yet.
No, that's fine. No, keep it close to the vest, and nurture it and harness it, make it happen, and
feed it.
Feed it
milk.
Yep, feed it a lot of milk, and then obviously exploit it for everything that it possibly can give you. You know, just like make you millions.
Okay, that's how I'm gonna
George Lucas style. Yeah,
I'm gonna sell it,
sell it,
sell out,
sell it all, sell out completely, and just be like, make me rich. Idea, and that's how it's done, right?
That's how it's done. That's how I'm told it's done.
They live is, pretty much how explained in this movie, how it's done.
Oh yeah,
subliminally.
Sleep.
Obey.
Hey, do you know how we do things here?
Yeah, we're gonna go into a pitch.
Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're pretty shrewd.
I do have a quick question about the pitch. Am I supposed to do it like it's from that time period, or am I supposed to do it in 2022?
What do you think, Raj?
I honestly don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever is cool with you. Like we kind of roll with it.
However you want to go about it.
It's kind of like an odd request from us for our guests to kind of like come in and, like not everyone's been through screenwriting class, and I'm sure you have, but so whatever their form of like their idea of a pitch is, we kind of just roll with it.
Okay.
And the main idea is like we learn about the story and the characters and the filmmakers and whatnot. Somehow, we get through it. So, but you ready? Hey, Raj, you awake?
What? I was just dealing with the last film we dealt with.
Right. Oh boy, I know that one hurt. Okay. But I tell you, we got a good one here. I was in the elevator with this guy. His name's Josh Lawhorn. Great guy that I just met, and he gave me the elevator pitch, and I don't know. Sounds like a winner. Sounds like a winner. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Oh, he's not very excited, but that's fine.
I'm still reeling with Annihilation. Why did we greenlight that?
I don't know. The guy was very charismatic. So
okay.
I tell you, this is the one. This is the one. Josh, this is Roger.
Hi, Roger. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Josh. All right, what's your pitch?
Okay.
Ooh, straight to the point. This guy.
So I got this great idea. All right, it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets 1984. Do you get the sense that something isn't necessarily right in the world right now? Everything's upside down?
No, it seems pretty normal to me.
Well, you're in the upper 1%, so everything's cool.
That's right.
I'm a huge Hollywood exec, so of course I want to.
Yeah, so you're reaping the rewards.
Yeah.
I got this idea about this guy.
Think like a normal person, like a layman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about the people that you walk over when you walk down the street, and they're like, "Can I have some change?" And you're like, "Get away from me."
I just called the police.
Act for me. Come on.
So we got this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's working class. He's one of the downtrodden, right?
I can't possibly relate to that.
He's just trying to. Okay, well, pretend that you can.
We're not making movies for you. We're making movies for the.
We're making movies for the people out there that are working at Ford.
Right. The people working the commissary. Come on.
Okay.
He finds these sunglasses. And he puts them on. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? He sees aliens. And they've taken control of the entire world. They've taken control of Los Angeles. They're pumping out their messages. We're going to have like some really cool really cool subliminal messages. So like every magazine he looks at, it's instead of it actually being like a beautiful woman, it's going to say marry and reproduce. Or he walks past a restaurant, it's going to say something like no independent thought. Every billboard, every magazine, every TV station, it's going to have these crazy subliminal messages on it. And I think it's really going to be something big.
All right. How much are you asking for?
Well, it's not a lot. I need about $3 million.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah, and we're going to shoot this in LA too. We're going to shoot this in downtown LA.
That sounds that sounds like a great idea. Like, I mean, $3 million and you're going to have aliens?
We're going to have aliens. So we're not going to do it with any special effects or any CGI.
Okay.
We're going to do it with with makeup and prosthetics. And we're actually
practicals.
we're going to shoot that afterwards. We don't even need to shoot that right now. We'll get all our shots that we need and we're going to superimpose it in post-production.
With $3 million, I mean, there's no self-respecting actor that's going to work in for a movie with only $3 million
You see,
budget.
I knew that you were going to say that.
Yeah.
And, well, the funny thing is I was at WrestleMania 3 the other night. You guys know WrestleMania? You ever heard of it?
Yeah, of course. Vince and I go way back.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan.
It's about it's a bunch of bums beating each other up, right?
It was beach bums.
Yeah. Some beach bums.
Yeah, muscleheads.
Some French bums.
Okay.
I saw a guy body slam another dude. It was pretty impressive.
Body slam.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, he body slammed Andre the Giant.
Okay.
It's like 600 pounds.
Hey.
It was pretty incredible. But I
believe it.
I digress.
Okay.
I met this guy. His name's Roddy Piper. Now, I'm telling you.
Rowdy Piper? Like he's rowdy in the
He's
bar?
rowdy, and he's Irish, so his name's Roddy.
Oh, Roddy.
Roddy Piper.
Okay. Is he good at darts?
I don't know. I didn't ask him that.
Okay, that's fine.
But
fair enough.
I think he's got the look. I think he's got the acting chops.
Has he been in anything else?
He's never been in anything else, but I'm telling you, people love to hate this guy.
Oh, he's like an anti-hero guy.
Very anti-hero-ish.
Oh, that's
and he's got
different.
the look that I need for my character.
And what's this look?
Just a tough, burly, working class.
Though I have to.
Sylvester Stallone's not available for this one?
No, he wanted too much, actually.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, keep the costs down. I like where your head's at.
Yes.
You're going to go far in this business, let me tell you. That attitude.
Though I have to ask, you're saying Roddy is an anti-hero. Is he going to be an anti-hero in the film?
Somewhat. He's going to be a guy that wants to go along, but then he quickly realizes that there's something amuck.
What's his name?
His name's going to be Nada.
Nada?
He's like you don't really know who he is.
You know what nada means in Spanish, right?
No, I don't.
It means nothing.
Nothing. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
So his name's nothing.
His name is nothing. He is no one.
He is no one. He's a nothing man. It's a nothing man story. Okay.
All right.
I kind of dig it. You know, it's kind of different, kind of hip.
Would you say that this film is anti-corporate?
I would definitely say that this film is anti-corporate.
Ooh, we're going to have problems.
I just, Lito, can you come here for a second?
Yeah?
Why would we ever greenlight this?
I don't know.
Why would we ever greenlight
Ask
something?
them who the director is. Maybe it's somebody good.
Who's the director?
John Carpenter.
Oh.
Oh.
We just did the thing.
Yeah.
We did the thing, and we did the thing about the thing.
$3 million, you say?
$3 million.
$3 million and the thing on board.
Yeah, you know who else we got? Remember, now that you guys mentioned the thing, we got Keith David.
Oh, from the thing.
Yeah, he plays Childs, and he's going to be kind of like the sidekick, but he's not really going to be like
buddy film. I love buddy films.
Well, it's not.
Is it a romance? Is there a romance?
No, there's actually going to be a big. They're going to fight. It's going to be
who?
Keith and Nada.
They're going to fight.
Yeah,
that's a romance.
I mean, I guess.
Well, like they care about each other, but like.
Okay, you know what?
Wait, they fight each other, but they care about each other.
Yeah, because Nada's trying to like show Keith David's character, whose name is Frank. He's trying to show him that there are aliens amongst them and they're controlling everything.
Right.
And Frank, he just wants to go along to get along, and so they fight.
Does Frank got any skin in the game?
Frank's got a wife and kids back in Detroit.
Okay.
I assume he worked in the steel mills.
What's he doing in L.A.?
He's there for work.
There's plenty of work in Detroit.
Well, the factories are about to shut down. The steel mills are shutting down
In Detroit?
In Detroit, and all the corporate hogs, they're taking.
What about the auto industry? You can't find a job making. Ford's still around, still strong. Was Lee Iacocca's in there, right?
Yeah, but they're about to leave, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, they're about to ship all their productions to
Roger and me.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. It is very good. Yeah. This is not very good.
No, not good for Flint, Michigan at all, but it is what it is. That's America. It's a problem.
Did we get into this? What do the aliens look like?
They kind of look like the aliens kind of look like zombies almost. They're very ghoulish.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah, they got big bug eyes and like like when you see like an anatomy chart and you can see like the human face behind the skin and it's like there's like muscles and
kind of like Mr. Body.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like an interesting enough idea. Idea of what it could look like.
Yeah, because these people, even though they're alive and they're humanoid-esque, they're very much dead on the inside because all they care about is money.
And they're aliens?
And they're aliens. They're free enterprisers.
Wow, just like Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, and they've destroyed their planet, and now they're coming here. They're gonna suck us dry of all our resources, and then they're gonna go on to the next planet.
Well,
they're locusts.
All right.
I can tell by the breasts he's not sold.
Okay,
keep going here.
If I could ask, who's going to be doing the music for the film?
It's going to be the director John Carpenter and Alan Howarth, who he did Star Trek.
All right.
And he did Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
And Back to the Future.
Whoa. Wait. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Isn't that John Williams? No, that's not him.
It said Raiders. He was credited as doing the music.
Okay, cool. Check. I learn.
You learn something new every day.
Every day.
I guess it must have been additional music.
Maybe. I think he did. I think he actually produced the music. I don't think he composed it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Check. He's the instruments. Okay. Check.
And then we got this like really beautiful actress. She said she'd do it. Her name is Meg Foster. She's got these creepy eyes.
The eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's got these really creepy. She was in.
What color are they? Are they blue or white?
I think they're blue because I don't think you can have white eyes.
Or
but
gray.
They're pretty close. Yeah.
Oh boy.
And she was in Masters of the Universe, that cartoon, He-Man cartoon, live action.
Evelyn? Was that her?
That was her name. Yeah, her.
Dolph Lundgren movie.
Dolph Lundgren movie.
The Cannon Brothers film.
Yeah.
Or Cannon Films guys.
Yeah, Cannon Films.
We're in that kind of territory right now. We like to make films that cut above, like some highbrow.
Have you seen their format lately? They've been throwing out too many high budget films. Okay, $3 million.
I spend $3 million going to the water park with my family.
I'm telling you, guys.
I don't see. This is a win-win. There's nobody in it.
This is going to be big. I'm telling you, it's going to be big. Wrestling's getting there.
Yeah, wrestling is getting there.
This is going to blow up, and I have a feeling if it doesn't do well, we'll at least make our money back.
Okay. Well,
and then you got John Carpenter. I mean,
John Carpenter.
I think this is a 2-on-1 here. I mean, I was sold when I heard it in the elevator.
We've thrown out a lot of films. Mm-hmm. I think it's about half and half in terms of what's been profitable or not. $3 million does sound like.
I mean, you guys greenlit Battlefield Earth. Come on.
Yes, that was a horrible mistake on retrospect.
Right.
Listen. I'm passionate. I know I can make this vision happen.
Who's writing it?
Well, it's John Carpenter, but
yeah,
he thinks he's going to do something really cool. He thinks he's going to go under a pseudonym named Frank Armitage.
Okay.
He's like a big fan of H.P. Lovecraft. And, he's basing it on the Henry Armitage character, and he doesn't want to be every credit.
Okay. But he's kind of like a one man. Does he edit this movie too?
He edits his movies. Yeah.
John Carpenter does?
Yeah, he's going to edit it. Yeah.
Wow, this guy's this is like.
He's an auteur.
Yeah, exactly. An auteur. Very good. Very well said. So tell me about the Save the Cat moment. Why do we care about this character Nada?
Because he's trying to save the planet. He's trying to save all of humanity.
Yeah, but like, how does he save the cat?
Save the cat. Okay, so it's not your traditional save the cat moment. It kind of happens a little bit more in the middle of the film.
Okay.
There's a moment where the bad guys have kind of destroyed this homeless encampment, and he's trying to escape, and he sees this little, it's not a kid, he's like maybe a teenager, younger man.
Okay.
And he picks him up, he saves him, and he, kind of takes him away from the police who are about to like close in and beat him to death.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's we know he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He doesn't just walk away from trouble.
He's just trying to, get a little piece of his pie. He believes in the system.
Okay.
And he thinks it's all going to work out.
All right, he's an optimist. I love it. Okay. And then what's his backstory? What's Nada's backstory? What makes him the guy that's able to save the day? Like, what is he in the military? Was he was he like a Ram? I'm thinking Rambo. I don't know. I got Rambo on the brain. I don't know what it is.
I don't think he was a military guy. No, I didn't get that sense from him. He's he's a drifter, really. He's a drifter. He goes from town to town. He's a working class man. He's something that a guy who
he's not a
gets
vagrant
home.
though.
He's not a vagrant.
Sort of sounds similar to Clint Eastwood's The Man with No Name.
Clint Eastwood, like a John Wayne type.
This almost sounds a little bit like a Western, almost.
It's funny you say that. It kind of is like a Western. It's like the blending of sci-fi and Western. And John Carpenter is kind of infusing that in his music. The song starts out with a really country style.
That would be an interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. That now that I'm thinking about it, sci-fi Western. Maybe one day someone will make a movie about cowboys and aliens.
Maybe.
Oh, there you go. That's
Westworld came out. And that's
there's no aliens in there.
Yeah, there's robots. And that's sci-fi Western.
That's true.
And that did pretty good, actually, now that I think about it.
The movie? The original?
The movie, yeah.
Okay. That'll work.
Spawned a sequel. Franchise.
Oh, yeah. Can we franchise this guy? They Live? We got franchise potential? We like to cash in.
We could, depending on how well it does in the box office.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you guys would be willing to,
Yeah.
greenlight this and maybe greenlight a series afterwards. Some sequels.
Yeah,
Sequels are a thing right now.
Sequels are a thing.
Remakes.
We can do this. He's not asking for much, Raj. I don't know why you're so hesitant. I'm
almost all of our films have been bombs. We've been making terrible business decisions.
Well, we're not very good at our job, I guess.
I think this is going to be the one that turns it around.
Fine. Okay.
Yes.
You twisted his arm.
You guys are not going to regret this.
I don't think we are. I think this is going to be a winner here. We're going to keep it small. We're going to keep the budget small. Where the actors aren't crazy. They're not going to be prima donnas. They're not, I think everyone's going to be humble. They're going to bring that attitude to the job. And we're going to get this one in the can, under budget. It doesn't seem like we're doing crazy special effects.
No, and we're going to use pretty practical locations.
Yeah.
Like I talked to these guys from a homeless encampment, and they're cool with us shooting there.
Yeah.
So
throw them a couple bucks, a couple of pizzas, and we got that spot locked up.
Just feed them. We don't even have to pay them. Just feed them.
Right.
Yeah.
They got to. Yeah. This day and age, what's more important than money? Getting fed, right?
Or drinking. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to it.
He's been developing an ulcer. It's not healthy. But anyways, all right. Well, let's get you over to our billing department and start to sign you up.
Okay.
And get you on the payroll. Thanks, Raj. Thanks for your time. Sorry to bother you.
Nice to meet you.
Get out.
And scene. All right, that went really good. I have to admit,
Okay.
A couple of distractions on my end, but
yeah.
Other than that, $3 million. What else? You got to say yes. John Carpenter, $3 million. Let's do this.
Well,
can't go wrong.
Unfortunately, a lot of his films are bombs.
Yeah, but this one made $13 million.
Yeah. Okay with that.
Which, according to your last guest,
thank you for listening to our last episode.
You need to make
triple the budget.
Yeah, triple the budget,
which is considered a success.
So this was a success.
This is our first successful greenlit film.
Well, no, there was 2001: A Space Odyssey.
That one got triple? Triple, not double.
I'd have to say that again.
Look it up. We learned last week. It's triple. Because you only get 30% of the box office. And this is when movies were back in the theaters.
In the theaters, yeah.
So this would count.
It had a budget of 10.5 and it got 146 million.
10.5?
Yeah, 10.5.
Oh boy.
It makes sense that it was only 10.5. Probably most of it went to the makeup.
Well,
Or the models.
The models.
The models, yeah. The production sets were pretty large, yeah.
So, your initial thoughts of the film, Josh? Why'd you select this film, and in some nostalgia?
I love the premise of this film, like just like the fact that like aliens have taken over, and only a couple people can see, and they like know something's wrong because like, let's face facts. I mean, like we get lied to by politicians every day, and we know it.
What? No, I have complete faith in the American government.
See, that's the millennial. And
I'm a millennial.
Oh boy, that's two millennials.
Trust me, millennials hate the government
more than Gen Xers.
More than Gen Xers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Boy, then because the boomers are in charge.
Because the boomers, and like they are still in control, and it's like give it up.
Yeah,
you know, like we're
Xers,
ready.
The Xers, well, the millennial, you guys got to wait a little bit. You got to let us Gen Xers kind of like run things for a little bit.
Are you trustworthy? You raised us.
Chip, I know you're nipping at our heels, and that's fine. We need that to keep us honest, but. We're transitioning in.
The apple does not fall far from the tree.
From the boomers? Come on now. We're completely different. I mean, they were like free love and drugs, and we're like, we started the straight edge.
You did cocaine in the 80s.
Not us. That was the boomers.
My mom's a Gen Xer, and...
She's an early Gen Xer?
Yeah.
And she's more boomer then.
And I remember she was telling me about speed when I was like... 16.
Speed,
and I was like, Mom, you did speed? And she's like, oh, honey, everyone did speed in the 80s.
Is that ecstasy?
No, it's math. It's math. It's really math.
Gotcha.
Now everyone just vapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vapes. The vapes are
getting
big.
Popcorn lung. Or eats gummies. Edibles.
Edibles?
Yeah, weed edibles.
I wish I was in the drug culture thing. I have zero idea what
you do not.
Talking about.
Do people still do crystal meth? Is that still a thing that's going on?
They listen to them
in the Midwest. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just Breaking Bad was on my mind just for a second, and I was just like, is that still a thing, or is it, or as
I don't think that was ever a thing where people were like, yeah, I want to do crystal. Everyone was like, I want to do crystal meth because Breaking Bad.
So how old were you when you saw this film? Because this definitely wasn't a film for your generation. It's definitely for like an older.
Yeah. So I was I think I was like 25 or 26, and I was going to film school.
Oh.
And I saw the Cleveland. I always wanted to see it because I'd heard like that it was like it had a cool fight scene in it, and I had heard that it was like a really cool just a really cool story. And I remember, I forget what teacher it was. He teaches the history of film. He teaches like the intro film class.
CSU?
Yeah, at CSU.
Okay.
And he said, go to the Cleveland Cinematheque. Like they show a lot of really cool older films.
Yes.
And I wanted to see it on the big screen. And I saw that that was like one of the films that they were showing that week. So I went and saw it on the big screen for the first time. And I was like, okay, yeah, I really dig it. I mean, the writing is a little funky.
Yeah.
But there are some really good lines, but there are some really bad lines. Like I remember the first bad line is Danny, I have a headache. when they're in the homeless encampment, I'm like, what is why is she over? Yeah,
because of the TV.
The TV, the TV.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know. I just felt I was like, why is she saying it like that? Danny, I have a headache.
Because they're telling that showing. In that part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because you see Nada just kind of go like this.
Yeah,
I thought he was annoyed,
and they all are too.
Yeah,
like they're all like.
I'm sorry, you didn't. Yeah, you can't see that at home. I'm kind of holding my bridge of my nose, but yeah, Nada is having a headache too. But we're not. He doesn't say anything, but that's why she says it to kind of like explain that something's happening from that TV.
Exactly,
some kind of signals coming out.
And there's a lot of like advertisements before the big reveal, and it's just like on retrospect you go like, yeah. When you watch when you watch the broadcast, you just realize it's just like it's brainwashing.
Totally, yeah. Remember the he's like when he first gets a homeless encampment and they have the commercial where like the lady's like, I just want to be famous and I want to be pretty.
Yeah,
and I want everyone to love me, and you're like, and then like once the final big reveal happens, you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I get it. Why they're okay? Because I mean, you watch this stuff every day, you're gonna get a headache. Like even if they're not pumping out this frequency, it's like, oh man, this just hurts my head because it's just too much.
The bright lights.
Yeah, it's nuts. So you watched it like semi recently, if
like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, cool. And then Cinematech's a great spot. And then so it totally, like, even though it wasn't made for you as you know, back in the 80s, like you still identified with it and you still like loved the message or whatnot.
Yeah, I identified with it because I mean I had gotten out of the military and I was kind of like, you know, a little I won't say like anti-military, but like I was just
cynical.
Cynical. I was like, I had like believed in the American dream, and then like I kind of, you know, saw what it really was, and I was like, man, like I just feel like everyone lied to me my whole life.
Wow.
And I was trying to like find myself, and and I
That's
kind of found a little bit of myself in this movie. I was like, man, I really identify with this Nada character. Like I don't really believe in anything anymore.
Did you've watched Rambo though, First Blood?
Oh yeah, Rambo it's
kind of similar.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
That to me, like it totally like was identical. Like that hero in Rambo. I mean, Rambo kind of turns on his own.
He's shooting up a town, full of people,
with this rocket launcher.
Exactly,
the little guy with the rocket launcher. So,
and like
60mm.
And I don't think a sheriff would have been, you know, as
gung ho.
Well, not only gung ho, but I don't think he would have like. I think the police were still very much with the military. You know, it wasn't like. Yeah. I don't think he would have seen him as like, you know, bum.
But you know, these aliens definitely drew first blood. You know, not Nada.
Well,
these aliens drew first blood.
Well, who knows? Maybe they just snuck in. It was just like, we're just going to convince these people to do things, and we metaphorically keep our hands clean or something.
Yeah, nice. So, all right. Does that pretty much? You got any other thoughts on your initial thoughts in nostalgia? Or
obviously the sunglasses are a really cool idea, and cool. then this is what I found. Like I like it, but I found it weird. Is when he puts the sunglasses on, and then you can see like the little broadcasting thing that says "sleep."
Yeah,
sleep. So like, do the sunglasses allow him to hear things too? You know, that was kind of weird.
Right. No, I mean, they probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
They probably just did. Just like maybe it slipped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seemed like they were kind of running a little loose and not super tight on this one, you know?
And when he finds the sunglasses, originally he goes into that house and there's like all these chemicals on the table. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what are they pouring chemicals on the glasses?
Maybe it's some sort of advanced visual sense where it's like once you become of it visually, you can hear it. I'm just throwing, I'm just throwing something out there. It's just like I don't know how you can hear it.
It's like that's the thing with John Carpenter films is like really good premises and like decent execution for the most part, but there's like plot holes, you know.
There's going to be. I think one of the best examples of it kind of working in its favor is The Thing, where it's just like you're meant to be confused.
Yeah.
But there's also just like.
I like ambiguity in films. Like I think that especially nowadays, filmmakers they tell too much of a backstory, or they don't.
That's cool. That's a great point.
Yeah, a good film while you're watching it, you're asking questions and you're trying to figure out the mystery behind it. But like but like everything now, it's just like it just shows you everything.
Did you ever see Mother?
I have not seen Mother, but I've been told I need to see it.
Well, I know that it's like. When you watch it, you kind of take your own interpretations of it. But the director has gone on to kind of say, "Oh yeah, no, this is what the movie's about." It's just like he talks about it in like interviews and whatnot, and leaves nothing to imagination. It's just like, come on, man. We could at least try and figure this out on our own. You didn't have to like spell out the entire plot of the movie, just like in interviews and whatnot.
Exactly, because then it ruins it. It takes away.
That's why I think I've mentioned David Lynch before. I love David Lynch because he refuses to talk about his films.
Yeah, and David Lynch is a weirdo.
Yeah,
and to say the least. But
I just found out that he got his big break from Mel Brooks. That's wild.
David Lynch?
Yeah, doing the Elephant Man. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that Mel Brooks.
Yeah, Mel Brooks was the guy who like
he produced
that.
it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Brooks Films. Yeah.
I think I do think you mentioned that in the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Okay.
So now, I'm just like, it's wild that like a comedian guy helped out, David Lynch,
who's very comedic. Honestly, he lives in the world of absurdity. Like he's built his own world of absurdity.
I've never looked at him at like that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Like. In silencio, there is no music. I was like, that is kind of funny. Yeah, I was like, I always took him as serious, and maybe that's where I messed up.
I don't take him serious at all. I think he's a guy who sees the absurdity in the real world and tries to express it in the best way that he knows how to.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah.
And we're still talking about Lynch, right?
We're talking about Lynch.
Yeah. Eraserhead is just such a absurd film. Just like so many weird things, like the overacting in certain regards, or just like there's always overacting in a lot of his stuff.
Twin Peaks with the little guy singing, and it's like he's like talking backwards, it's like his dialogue's reversed. It's like, what is the point of that?
I thought he was just out there. I didn't know he was like trying to be funny. Like
I don't know if he's trying to be funny.
Well, this was brought up in a review of his Dune. There's this one scene when they're like looking at this one pod with like the creature that goes into hyperspace, that powers hyperspace or whatever. And there's this moment where it's just like stuff spills all over and everyone's just dead serious. And then there's just this guy with a mop that comes in. He's just like mopping everything up, and everyone's just kind of like casual. It's just like it's just a kind of funny detail.
I watched the first half of that Dune, of the original Dune, and I turned it off. I can't do it.
I've never been able to watch it.
It's not watchable. It's all exposition. It's just like going from thing to thing to thing to thing.
I could barely watch the new one.
Really?
Yeah. I just completely like not.
You just don't like Dune.
I don't. I guess so. I don't. I mean, it's visually great, but like. When you sit around and whisper and stuff all day long, and it's just like nothing, and then like they're not really acting, I don't know, and then it's just like the girl and the girl and the girl and the girl gets there and end of the movie. I don't get it.
Yeah, I felt like
this is the thing with with at least the new Dune, is that it essentially covered the first half of the book.
Yeah.
And
Josh Brolin, where'd he go? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I have a feeling he's gonna come back.
And the shields are like, you can still cut through shields?
Well, you could cut through the shield. It's just like it took a little bit longer. I got that from it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I got no blood. I don't
know. These are PG-13 sadly, but with those shields in Dune,
I'd rather just watch Pitch Black.
I like
if it was my time.
I like the Chronicles of Riddick better than Pitch Black.
Okay,
but even that was a little weird,
I just liked it.
You keep what you kill.
In the
Chronicles of Riddick.
Chronicles, yeah. Right. It just seemed like the similar type of enemy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Really doing a good job explaining they live here.
Yeah, I know. We're just...
Well, I'll get there. Raj, you ready for your initial thoughts and nostalgia of the film?
Initial thoughts. So I think I've only seen this film one other time. It was when I was going on a John Carpenter binge. It's just like, I think I saw The Thing, and then I wanted to watch Big Trouble in Little China, and then I was watching a bunch of other stuff. I watched it. I'd been told greatest action scene ever, and boy, does it go on for a while.
It was like kind of disturbing how like long it was,
but it's funny in moments too, where like you think it's over.
There's that one moment where it's like, okay, he's like leaning up against a brick.
Yeah. You think it's over,
and it's just like you think they're gonna apologize, and he gets back to beating him up.
It's like they went through a whole like in wrestling, the guys would be friends, and then they would be enemies, and then be friends. Like they did that whole story arc in like this whole scene
in a less than 6-minute fight scene.
Wow.
Well, I think Roddy helped choreograph that scene.
Yeah,
it
took 3 weeks. Yeah. 3 weeks to choreograph that.
For real, I saw a suplex. I was hoping for the DDT, but I didn't get that kind of satisfaction.
DDT. Once you do a DDT, it's over.
Like a real one, like
a real movie.
Well,
I mean, like that was the thing about Jake the Snake Roberts, who invented it. It was like that was his move. You did it once, and you didn't have to do it again.
Right.
And then, like as wrestling progressed, it became, kind of like a filler.
Like a normal, like an armbar
move, yeah.
But wasn't that Rowdy's finisher? The DDT, am I wrong?
No, I don't think his was, I don't know what his finisher was.
Yeah, he wasn't the sleeper hold guy. That was Brutus the Barber.
I don't really watch wrestling, so I couldn't tell.
No, this is totally up my alley. Keep talking, Ryan.
So yeah, I watched it. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's my favorite Carpenter film, but I do like upon looking at it from like the second time, because I don't think I got the satirical aspects of it when I first watched it. But I just know at this point Carpenter was done. He was so tired of Hollywood. He was just like he was just like sick of it all. He just wanted to. This movie is essentially an excuse for him to vent. He's probably was just like probably why he didn't ask for much money or anything. He was just like, I'm just gonna do it for $3 million.
Rowdy's finisher was the sleeper.
Was it a sleeper hold?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, makes sense.
How about that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think because he didn't really do much. He didn't make a ton of movies after this. He
did. After this, it was Memoirs of an Invisible Man, In the Mouth of Madness, Village of the Damned, Escape from L.A., Vampires, Ghosts of Mars.
Okay, he did a lot. I'm a liar.
Well, no. It's unfortunately it's after They Live. Well, more so after In the Mouth of Madness, where his like quality just nosedived.
It dips. Yeah, it dips.
It's like
and Ghost of Mars.
I liked it.
I liked aspects of it.
I liked it,
but
it was weak.
He got really low budget. He just went too low budget.
Well, I think he was just sick of it all at that point. He just was like, I don't want to.
Well, why even do it then? If you're not going to do
cash.
it right, Escape from L.A. It's like there's a lot of good scenes in that, but like you can tell that it's like.
Is that the last one? Escape from L.A.
No. His last one was The Ward.
No. The Escape movies.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the
Like he's notoriously said in like interviews, it's like he would probably do stuff for cash whenever someone's remaking his films. It's like, I don't mind, because I'll stick out my hand and a paycheck will magically appear. And it's just like at this point he's probably like, I probably need cash for my cigarettes or my booze or something. I'm just done.
I really can't respect that now that I'm.
I can respect it, because he's just like, you know what? I don't want to do much with this anymore.
Roger, I'm an artist. I'm an artiste, but we all got to eat. But
that's why or play video games. He wants money to play video games.
He plays video games.
Oh yeah, he's like stated in a lot of stuff where it's like, I'll be playing like Borderlands or Dead Space or Call of Duty. He plays like a ton of video games. It just like
sounds like a bum.
I want to be like him.
He's a bum. He's like living his best life. He's doing concerts and whatnot. He's like he's very self-proclaimed lazy, and the fact that he's even like going to concerts or something.
What creative person isn't a procrastinator? Come on.
Oh yeah, but like in this regard, he's like extraordinarily lazy.
Yeah.
But it's just like compared to that, where he's just like going to concerts nowadays after he like took a long hiatus of not doing anything. It's just like at this point where it's just like he's doing music, he's doing what he loves, and he's like, what? How old is he? He's like 74.
Oh wow,
nice.
And he looks like he's 106.
Poor. Come on, man! Don't roast a guy.
Poor John.
He worked hard, man. He worked hard on his life. He entertained us. Let's take it easy on the guy.
He made a couple movies that will stand the test of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. The Thing being one. This one.
The Thing is probably his best movie. But Halloween, that's kind of inspired the whole.
Did he do part 2 as well?
No. He never did it. Well, I can't say he never did, because he did Assault.
He might have produced. Because I know Alan Haworth worked on the music for Halloween 2 and Halloween
he produced
3.
a lot of them. He was like involved. But the only sequel he ever did was Escape from L.A., and boy, does it show he probably shouldn't do sequels.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That wrap it up for you?
Sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is the first time I watched this movie. I never even knew this movie existed. When I think he might have mentioned it, but I never thought anything of it. But then All right, Raj, what do you got?
I just you say you never knew existed. This movie has a reputation. It's like one of the best movies you never know exists.
Oh, is that for real?
Yeah.
Well, how about that? I fell right into that.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised. I was thoroughly entertained. I'd love to see Rowdy Piper. I can't believe I've never watched this movie in my entire life. And thank you for bringing it to the table. This table. And
is this wood?
No, I don't think so. Wow, because an hour and a half of just pure fun and a great premise and great my childhood hero. You know, whose was it? Even Ryan, he's got a little Rowdy Piper action figure in his office.
Nice.
Loved wrestling. But
me too.
You know,
Me too. By the way,
you did.
I'm still a big wrestling fan, although it's not good anymore.
Yeah, I've left it ever since. Ever since like WCW kind of got.
Yeah, after the Attitude Era. I mean, I stuck around till 2005 with the Ruthless Aggression Era, and then I left. And then when Daniel Bryan started to blow up, that was insane.
I don't even know those guys.
Oh, dude, Daniel Bryan blew up around 2014.
So I've been out a lot
Him
longer
and CM
than
Punk, yeah. And now there's AEW and WWE.
Yeah.
AEW is like the new WCW, but like the thing is they don't know how to tell stories anymore.
That's the worst.
Yeah, and WWE is bad.
We need Eric Bischoff again. I mean,
Eric Bischoff's come back a couple times, but he's just not good.
He's not in there making the matches and stuff?
No. He was see, when he had the unlimited checkbook and he was booking like
Turners.
Yeah, it was decent TV, but he quickly tried. He wanted to become Vince McMahon.
Yeah, of course.
And that kind of ruined it. That's when like once he joined the NWO, I feel like it just became too much.
Oh,
you know.
I don't know. I mean, they were kind of like competing. I mean, I think that was healthy for the sport, for the business.
That was it was good, but they did too much screwy stuff, and that's why they went bankrupt. They spent way too much money, and they did too many screwy finishes.
They were having
too many run-ins.
Yeah, but they were having a pay-per-view every month. Like how
but they weren't making money.
And the shows were. I was there. Like it was sold out.
They were always sold out.
How do you not make money? Oh, because they putting too much into the production.
They were they were producing in-house.
Yeah,
and also they what they were doing is they were giving matches away for free on cable TV.
Yeah.
That they were not then doing on pay-per-view. Their pay-per-view numbers were abysmal.
Oh, because Nitro.
Exactly. It was all about ratings.
Yeah, ratings war, and then the WWF had the same thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, then they bought him out, and you're fired. And I remember that episode. Shane McMahon goes on WCW into the ring and says everyone's fired. I don't know, man. That was kind of like the beginning of the end for me, but. It was good to see all my old WCW, WWF characters in WCW living it up against their third act or whatnot. And then now you see these documentaries where what's his name? Jake the Snake is recovering, everything, drug addict or whatnot. Scott Hall won, yeah, for sure. And I love these documentaries.
Have you seen the documentary behind the Dark Side of the Ring? Have you seen that?
Is that the Bret Hart one?
No. Dark Side of the Ring. It's produced by Vice. Okay. And they're great. You should watch them. They're like amazing.
Is it just like goes through other characters? I just saw one with Sergeant Slaughter or something.
I don't know if Sergeant Slaughter was on that.
I don't know wrestling. I can't contribute to this conversation.
But this is just good filmmaking. Yeah. These are good stories.
Yeah.
No.
And the production value behind it is incredible.
Something about they're trying to get all these old artifacts back. Like one guy's trying to go around and find these old, like Sergeant Slaughter's, I don't know, Iron Sheik's boots and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know that WWE cool. Network or Peacock or whatever it is now
are doing stuff like that.
But that's trying to find the memorabilia that was lost.
Right. Yeah, so that's my childhood, so I love all that stuff. So it's great to see Rowdy in a great movie, not a B movie. I don't think this is a B movie. Was this a B?
It's a B movie.
Oh, dang it.
It's a B movie.
Dang it. I want more. I want more for Rowdy.
Say John Carpenter, it's a B movie for the most part.
Is Rowdy dead?
He did die, yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
He's dead.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's actually very prophetic, too. He, talked about how he wasn't, So when you're a wrestler and you do pay into your retirement, and he was like in an interview saying like face facts, like I'm not going to make it to 65. I'm not going to get to see my retirement.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I
That's
think he passed
sad.
away at 61.
Oh boy, that's young. That's sad. It's the life. It's a hard life. I mean, watch that movie, The Wrestler, kind of gives you open your eye to that. But back to the movie and whatnot. There was a couple of plot holes. Like, I was in a union job, and this guy walks onto a union job.
Yeah.
And gets a job. Like,
Gets a job right away.
in L.A.?
But I don't think it was a union job, because remember, he looks over and he sees like the Mexican
No,
dudes.
that's totally a union job.
Okay, all right.
A union job is 5 or 6 people standing around talking and one guy doing work.
Okay.
That's a union job.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
I've been in one. Believe me,
right.
I did 20 years in one. And like, you cannot walk onto a job and be like, give me a job. Like, no, there's a hall, there's a hiring hall, there's an apprenticeship you got to get through. I mean, you got to work, your apprenticeship while working on a job. There's a stewardship. I mean, there's like all kinds of stuff. Like, to get it, you cannot walk on
Who
the job.
did he say he needed to talk to, though?
The steward,
the
right?
steward?
The shop steward. And all that guy is you go between the guys in the field and somebody in the union hall. That's what that is.
So maybe he talked to him. Do we know? I mean,
I don't know. Like, he might have pulled some strings. They must have been hurting for labor, because they always need bodies. You know what I mean? Maybe they couldn't communicate with the Mexicans that were in there.
Yeah.
Because if they speak a different language, and they so he's got a leg up because he can speak English.
Well, I mean,
that helps. Plus, he's pretty built, and he had to dig out that he was working on that pile of dirt. So go ahead, Raj.
Well, I mean, have you seen how built Roddy Piper is?
I know.
It's like, oh, well, I mean, maybe we could just get him to just do some heavy lifting or something. It's just like, oh, Lord.
Seems like it was a very important job putting a hole in that dirt. But then the next day he's a no-call, no-show. Like, come on, dude.
And then
he was set. Like, he was a drifter, right? And he was like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm down and out. You see him in the train tracks with the backpack.
And then a couple of days later, he gets a week's worth of pay.
Yeah.
You get thrown a week's worth of pay.
I mean, do we really know how long he's like, working
It looks
at
like
this job?
he only worked for a day.
Exactly. And the next day he's a no-call, no-show. He's a burnout already. Like, he's already done. Like, but he could have gotten health insurance. He could have gotten a 401k, a pension. He could have gotten, like, prevailing wage if that was a government job. Like, he's set.
But you know what his problem is?
Huh.
He doesn't play by everyone else's rules.
Well, I thought you bought into the American way of life. He could have bought in his way into the middle of America.
He asks questions.
Oh, I guess.
He asks questions.
Yeah.
Whereas
He doesn't play
Keith
ball.
David's character, Frank Armitage, he just wants to get along. He just wants to go along to get along.
Sure. Okay. So he wants to know too much.
He sees something's up.
Something's up
Yeah.
for sure. And then straight up, he just blows away those cops.
I know.
Yeah. I know. He's straight up a cold-blooded killer.
0 to 100 right away.
Like, no wonder this movie's an hour and a half, because he skipped about a half hour.
Yeah.
Just building up to like having to kill somebody. Like, he did not care.
There's that one moment where he sees that old lady in the shop.
Yeah.
And he's just like, flat out nowhere, he's just like throwing insults.
Formaldehyde face.
He looks at that other lady. It's like, you're okay. This one, real ugly.
So I watched this movie like twice preparing for it, because I remember like the first time I saw it, I was like, man, he just goes from 0 to 100 way too quick. He like bumps into her. And she says something to him. Yeah, she's like very crude to him, and that's why he makes that comment. So I think like it's somewhat justified. But at the same time,
but
It's overboard.
yeah.
But like I'm just saying, like throughout this entire film, he's been kind of like respectful and everything.
Yeah.
And then just suddenly out of nowhere, I mean, like he just went through something horribly, like, not traumatic, but it's just like horribly shocking. It's just like, I guess he needs some way to let it all out.
Yeah, exactly.
He definitely vents away, like right away.
It's just
he's
like,
I'm going to take charge. Yeah, but like I had shades of with all the one-liners and just the comedy, and not comedy, but just like the way it's kind of like done.
It is a
silly.
comedy.
It's silly.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, this is supposed to be a comedy. Yeah.
Is that like one of the slashes, like sci-fi comedy? Or is it just kind of like implied?
John
comedy?
Carpenter kind of wrote this as like a satirical comedy.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see it now for sure. Because I saw shades of someone, coming out afterwards. Obviously, the Army of the Dead and that whole Evil Dead series. That kind of reminded me a little bit. This is my boomstick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick
ass.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Can we
I'm
censor that? Should we censor ass?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I'm just curious. I don't know what to censor.
You know how many times in my head I said ace? I was going to come on the show and say ace.
So, that's in Dazed and Confused. At the end, when the guy's like, "We came here to drink beer and kick some ass. I'm almost out of beer."
Yeah,
like, it's totally.
Yeah.
They've got it from They Live. So,
but the bubblegum line got stolen by Duke Nukem.
Oh, of course, Duke Nukem. Yeah.
From what I understand, he had a book of one-liners, and that was in it. And that was like the one that him and John Carpenter agreed upon.
Did you know Piper's Pit?
Oh yeah, the pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that was like his little talk show, and he would instigate all.
That was the first one.
I loved it. I think he broke up the Rockers. I think that happened, or did that happen in the Was that no?
Shawn Michaels kicked Smarty Giannetti through
the glass, the plate glass window, and shattered my world. I don't know if that was in the Piper's Pit or a different one.
I think that was Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Right.
That was,
There's kind of the same. Anyways,
because they all built off Piper's Pit. That was the first one.
But Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant was definitely instigated in Piper's Pit.
Yeah.
Because he's like, look at your little statue that you got for 15 years.
Yeah.
And look at Hulk Hogan's for 3 years. Look how big and different it is. And then Andre the Giant got all mad and started beating up Hulk Hogan. Dude, that was the best.
No, he rips his shirt.
Yeah, he ripped. Yeah, and there's actually like a little bit of blood.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh, man, he's all red, Hulk Hogan. Oh, man. And then that was it. And then he went to the WrestleMania to fight that battle. I love Andre the Giant's story, by the way. He's,
legendary.
Oh my gosh!
Could drink so many beers.
For real. Princess Bride was top.
Oh yeah, it was a really good film.
Anyways, that was cool. I think this is like kind of like a billboard for glasses and getting contacts. Transitioning. You weren't around back then, but like contacts was new when I was like a kid.
Yeah.
Middle school-esque, elementary school, like those, like that white container. That was like your contact case, like the very first edition of it. So there's this sort of like that was a new thing.
Yeah,
to have that. So it was kind of cool how they talked about it in the film, because that wasn't like a regular way to have prescription glasses. Like I didn't get contacts till I was in high school.
I remember I'm supposed to wear glasses.
Oh yeah?
I just don't, because I got bullied a lot when I was a kid.
For glasses?
Yeah, for glasses. Yeah.
Because you look smart and they don't.
Exactly. And I remember like I was like 5. I had to wear glasses, and I remember I would ask my mom if I could get contacts, and she'd say no, it's too expensive. So I kind of identify with that a little bit. Like, oh, contacts are the expensive version of glasses.
Right. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, they definitely let you keep your own look, I guess, and not have to put on these frame things around your eyes. But you do get kind of labeled as a know-it-all smart guy, and that's going to be threatening to some people, I guess. The punching sound,
yeah. And how some of them just clearly miss.
Yeah. I know. Oh, totally.
The first couple miss, and then you're like, come on.
Can you shoot that from a different angle?
3 weeks.
What is this, Dolomite?
That was kind of cool. And then this Peter Jason guy, the Gilbert. Yeah. Does he do voiceovers for cartoons or something?
I know him from Mortal Kombat. Remember the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie?
Yes.
He shows up and Johnny Cage is like, hey, why are you sitting in my chair? And that guy turns around. The guy who turns into Shang Tsung.
Okay.
That's how I know him.
Okay, because his voice sounds super familiar.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Roger would know, because Roger would know these deep dive guys that do voiceovers.
I'm completely honest. Which one's Gilbert?
The guy who's kind of like He's got the slick back hair. He kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah, he's the guy that's like.
Oh,
he leads the preacher.
Yeah, the
back into
ringleader
the house. Yeah,
of the people that are sleeping outside.
Oh, he's not the guy who at the end shows them around.
No,
their base?
that's
not
the
that
homeless guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say I know who Gilbert is.
I have to look into that guy because his voice sounds
He's
so
got
familiar.
a deep. Yeah, he's got a pretty noticeable.
Peter Jason is the guy. He just seems like he's been in a bunch of stuff that, like I grew up watching cartoons and Transformers or GI Joes. And I think his voice is just one of those guys because I kept hearing something in there. Something kept like triggering my memory of something. So I have to just look at it and figure that out. And then what's with the dig on Cleveland?
I didn't think it was a dig. I don't think it was a dig. No, because I've thought about this.
Okay,
it's one of the
thank
best
you.
lines. Well, they ain't from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay. What he's saying they're aliens. They're not like normal working class people, which is probably what Cleveland would have been seen as. That's how I at first I thought it was a dig, but then I looked at it. Well, they ain't from Cleveland. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
then
think
they
he was.
laugh. Don't they laugh? Don't they giggle?
No, he says, well, they ain't from Cleveland. And then Keith David's like, come on, man, you got to get serious.
Okay, maybe.
He's like, well, when you find something out, you tell me.
I think so. 0 to 10.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just so used to Cleveland being a punchline.
It's a punchline, but I don't think that was meant to be a punchline.
It's not like ha ha Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's more like it's just like just having fun. With
They're
it.
not from Cleveland.
okay.
If you would have said they are from Cleveland, that would have been a dig.
That would have been a dig.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm real sensitive about Cleveland.
So am I.
Okay. Good. 'Cause
I've gotten in arguments with people.
I just don't think that we're the laughing stock like everybody thinks we are.
We're not. We work hard.
Absolutely.
What percentage of Hollywood is from northeastern
Oh
Ohio?
my gosh! How many Brownsbacker bars are out there in the country because people live here and go around the country and do work.
We're good people. We work hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're real people. We're not some joke.
Exactly. We're not aliens.
No.
That's for sure.
We come from the heartland.
And who wouldn't want to leave Cleveland for because the weather's not good.
Yeah. The weather's
It's
not good.
Like 6 months of the year, I always say there's an evil spirit that inhabits Cleveland during the winter.
A Lake Erie monster.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's a great place to raise a family. I'm doing that right now. So
they're good people.
And I grew up here. So, yeah. I mean, so I don't know. Just tons of talented people, and we got everything that everybody else has.
You ever want to know what?
And 3 sports.
You ever want to know what Cleveland's all about? Just watch the hastily made Cleveland tourism videos. That'll set you straight.
I know Mike Polk.
There it is.
I used to produce his show at Hilarities.
Good thing I'm wearing steel toe shoes.
He's a good guy.
Because you're dropping names, but
Yeah, sorry, yeah. I know Mike Polk. Ooh, he's a good dude.
So they were good.
Funny enough, my favorite video of his is the cat video.
The cat, yeah, he's.
I like the 1 year Spanish love
Yeah.
song. That, that's hilarious.
He's got a lot of good ones.
That's good stuff.
Factory of Sadness.
Oh, that one's amazing. Yes. I'll see you next week. Love that. So, okay, cool. So, what were you thinking? What were these filmmakers thinking? What was their message behind this film, Josh?
Definitely, at that moment in time, the Reagan administration was still in power.
Yeah, you remember.
And it was, I was born. I was born in 1989. But it was about Reaganomics, pretty much. It was like trickle down economics, and it worked for a little bit, but then it kind of bankrupted all the small businesses. Ford left shortly thereafter. All these factories closed, and then the working class man was kind of had to figure it out for himself, and a lot of people I feel lost trust in the government at that moment in time.
Seems to be a common theme in sci-fi. You know. Watch out for the man. Beware the man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like trust in the government had already been sown with Vietnam.
Yeah, but that was the liberals.
Mm-hmm.
Now the conservatives were even starting to lose faith.
Interesting. I mean, and they're in charge.
And they were in charge.
So, cool.
And there was yuppie culture.
Yeah,
and
that was wandering around wild. Cocaine.
There's a lot of people not getting without jobs these days. It's not really
The stock market was probably flying.
Well, the stock market boomed, and then the second largest bust up to that point happened in I think 87.
Oh, like an insider trading bust or something?
No, like where the stock market dropped the low.
The stock market crashed.
Yeah, it crashed. I think in 87.
Oh, okay. So we had a recession.
Yeah, because what happened was, it was cheap money. It was cheap credit. So everything was being bought up and run up, and prices were...
my parents bought a house around that time in like 84 or 85, right? Mm-hmm. And they said the interest rate was like
14%.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
thank you for saying that. I was like, I know it was way more than 10.
Yeah, it was like 14%.
That's amazing. I mean, that's like super high. Uh-huh. I mean, the house itself probably wasn't expensive, to our standards.
Yeah.
But like you add the 14% just to borrow the money or whatever. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Dude, in Japan, at that moment in time, you ever heard of the term miracle economy?
No.
Okay. Well, so Japan was at one point in time referred to as the miracle economy because they had come out of World War II and they had quickly become one of the superpowers, economically,
right.
And so their economy was booming. Everyone thought that Japan was going to overtake the United States.
We can't do that.
Nintendo, Sony, all these big companies, all these
Atari,
big tech companies. And so at one point in time, people were having to take out, property was so expensive. It was said all the property, all the land in Tokyo was worth more than all the land in the United States. People were having to take out 125-year loans.
Whoa.
And then their kids would also have to sign off on those loans because they would inherit the property. And it's still going like that. And then their economy, went bust.
Oh.
And then but those people are still saddled with those loans today.
Still?
Yeah, still.
Oh my goodness.
And if they don't sign off on the loan, then they don't get to keep the house after the parents pass away.
The government takes it?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's
Isn't that insane?
That's completely insane.
That's crony capitalism.
Oh boy. Let's hope that doesn't happen here.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I mean who knows?
Empire, that's the thing. Empires rise and fall.
Yes.
I'm certain one of these days, I'm pretty positive one of these days America might eventually become something else.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to happen. I think we're going to splinter. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we're at a moment in our country's history. It's kind of sad to say, but I think it's the decline of the empire. I think we're becoming the United Kingdom, where it's they're still in control, but they're not seen as the superpower of the world anymore.
Okay.
And it seems to be speeding up, with every successive empire, it seems like you only get to keep so much of your time in the sun.
Mm-hmm. Empire of the Sun.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Sweet. Raj, did you have any thoughts on the meaning, what the filmmakers were thinking?
Well, I definitely think a good chunk of this movie is with change, there must also come some form of conflict, especially with how drastic a change they had to go. Roddy Piper has to kill so many people in order to bring about that, awareness of, hey, there are freaking aliens everywhere. They're in control. They're using us. Did you guys ever note the colors of the aliens?
Red?
They're blue and red.
And white.
And white?
It's just teeth, and there's got little bits.
Yeah, and their eyes. Aren't their eyes white?
Red, white, blue.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's America.
And they got stars in their eyes.
Oh, boy.
Dude.
Wow. This guy goes, takes it to that level.
I kind of heard about that, and it was just it is actually kind of there, huh?
Yeah.
Very much there's going to be conflict no matter how you're going to go about it. And it's just also is it worth it? Now people know, is it worth it? We don't know what's going to happen afterwards. We just know that people know. There could be there's going to be a huge war or something, and a bunch of people are going to die. Mm-hmm. It's very much It's probably good that we know, but we don't know if it'll be good in the long run.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
those are just kind of my thoughts on that.
All right. I mean, obviously, commercialism is something I think the movie's about. Those subliminal messages, all the articles and the labels. It's all designed to trigger something.
To trigger hormones,
or something to get you to buy, or to marry and produce, or you know what I mean, or obey, sleep, fall asleep, don't pay attention, go to work, do your 8 hours, produce, come in the.
Look at a dollar bill. This is your God.
Yeah, this is your God, right? And then also do your 8 hours, produce, come in to be part of the system, stay in the system. Don't be your own individual person, or your own, don't, we're a hive collective, work together.
Which isn't that funny about the dollar bill? Mm-hmm. Is this is your God, and then we were just talking about how John Carpenter has totally sold out, and he just make a remake. I don't care, give me the money. I want to play video games.
Yeah.
Well, we've got family to feed.
He's become everything that he hates, I guess, or that he hated.
Or maybe it's just that he stopped trying.
How many people do hold on to their ideals from when they were younger? How many, you know what I mean?
It's no one. You change.
Because you got different things. You own land, and you got to pay your mortgage, and you got to, you don't have the money to buy the house. You got to you got to get a mortgage from the bank, and they get interest. And we're talking about that.
One of the only few examples I can think of that is probably Alan Moore. Alan Moore is just a crazy person, though. So,
Miyamoto, the guy that created Mario and Donkey Kong and Zelda, he always got paid the same salary. They wanted to give him pay raises and stuff like that, and he always kept a modest living of $50,000 a year because he never wanted to forget who he was.
Do you know? It reminds me of this guy that recorded Nirvana and the Foo Fighters and stuff, and he could be a billionaire if he would have taken more points.
Dave Grohl?
Dave Grohl. They're his producer.
Oh, okay.
His music producer, the engineer guy who ran the board and recorded them. But he runs a studio he doesn't take points on your albums. He just you pay him a flat fee for being in the studio every day. And that's how he sees his job, because he's I feel like I provide a service like a plumber or a carpenter, like a contractor, and when I do my job, I feel like it's done, and I should get paid for my hours, not continuation, not take a cut from every record. He doesn't feel like he deserves that.
He kind of he's there for when the artist is coming up, he's I don't know what's the word I want to use. He's kind of the working artist's technician.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to take away from them because he likes the purity of it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. He just wants to capture it, what they're trying to create, and then it's theirs afterwards. He's just there to kind of harness whatever they're trying to come up with, capture it, record it, that length of time. And then from that, it's up to them to do what happens. He didn't really have anything to do with how it got marketed or anything, so why should he profit on that stuff? So I guess there's some people out there, we just named a few, that keep it real and don't sell out. Who are they? I'm asking you.
It's pretty simple. They are corporate overlords. All the people that live in at the top of the tower.
Yeah, exactly. The people in charge. Exactly. The people pulling the strings. Right. Good.
And that's why they look like ghouls.
Yeah.
That's why they're aliens, but they look like they used to be human, but they're not quite human. They're dead. They're dead zombies.
Dead inside. They're greedy and corporate.
How creepy is it whenever you see them with the sunglasses on, and they just open their mouths, and it just opens way too wide. It's just
and they all have watches too, which is a thing that
the portals,
yuppies, and they're always wearing Rolexes and stuff that.
Always
it's all
a nice watch.
Brands. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all about brand names and whatnot, and getting to the right store, and all being part of this whole upper echelon type.
None of us are wearing watches.
I don't see a watch on We have a phone, but whatever.
I got wristbands.
There it is.
Those don't count.
So good. I'm glad you didn't say something else that I heard of that I was thinking.
What?
I don't even know if I want to say it, because. But
you know what? I'm probably going to cut this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just a bit where you say, what you were thinking.
Yeah.
I'm just going to cut that.
We're going to cut it?
Yeah, I just don't think that's entirely necessary.
Yeah, good.
Not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just the last bit you were talking about.
That'll work. Because I don't think I want to go there either.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a representation of what he thinks Jewish people are doing.
I had heard like the whole.
Yeah, but he put that to bed in a tweet. He's like, no, it's not about Jews. It's about capitalism.
Yeah. Well, because a bunch of neo-Nazis had, kind of like co-opted the movie and seen it as like the whole Jewish narrative.
Exactly, as like their message kind of being portrayed on film through sci-fi, which I don't agree with. I'm just saying
which doesn't make sense because Keith David is an African American and he is one of the heroes. So why would they even identify that?
They don't. Yeah, I mean, it's more like the religious and what other people think they strive to, but it's just not. And they kind of like they're entrenched in Hollywood and they're pumped their positive messages about Anyways,
does it ever kill anyone here when it's just like you're near the end and they're about to blow up the antenna? Then Meg Foster just pulls out the gun and just kills.
Yeah, I was like way too quick.
I was surprised.
I knew there was something wrong with her though, because her eyes. It's like I knew there was,
and she acts like an alien. She doesn't act human.
Yeah, and she's always talking about how he's in control, so she's always in control of the situation. Remember the way she sits down in the chair, like when they first get to her apartment? And he's like laying on the ground.
Yeah.
She sits down. If you ever go back and watch this movie, pay attention to that scene where she almost sits straight down.
I thought she was just scared to move because she didn't think she was going to get killed or something.
I thought I killed you. Maybe that gives more context when she reunites with him. I thought I killed you, and she's crying not because she's sad. She's sad. It's like
she's sad she didn't kill him.
Yeah, I thought you were dead. Damn it.
And then she sees he's tired. When she's like in her apartment, and that's when she makes her move. She's manipulating him the whole time.
Interesting. She throws him out the window or something.
With her beauty, because he is just a dumb worker.
Yeah.
Maybe the most satisfying death in the entire film when she dies.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
kind of. It just happens so quickly.
Well,
I don't like that.
It just wraps up real fast. Yeah.
Well, maybe I feel
like a good Shakespearean story.
The aliens are bad on their own, but I think it's even worse when you're willing to sell out your own kind.
Everyone sells out every day. Or someone sells out every day.
Even John Carpenter.
Yeah. That's where he got that line from, was from one of the producers.
So, my last little thing on themes or whatnot is cable channel 54. Any coincidence about Studio 54?
I had thought about that.
Okay.
The club Studio 54.
Yeah.
That was in New York though, right?
It was in New York, but like it was kind of like synonymous or is that even a word? I don't even know. Like I'm not.
Synonymous is a word.
Yeah. Like with that kind of like excessive
that culture,
lifestyle. Yeah.
The Hollywood lifestyle, the broadcast lifestyle. That's where they would all go hang out and
probably
party.
Yeah.
No, that's what you hear stories about it. Studio 54.
I don't know. I just kind of saw a little connection.
I thought about that. Yeah.
Cool. All right. You got any stories behind the stories, like behind the scenes kind of stories that you want to share about They Live?
Well, I know it was based on 8 o'clock in the morning, a short story by Roy Nelson.
Okay.
And then there was also later a comic book that came. The short story came out in 1963, and then the comic book called Nada, which is what it's based on, came out in 84, I think. And that's where they kind of used most of the inspiration for this film.
Was it one comic book, or was it like a mini series?
That I don't know. I want to say it was one comic book. I don't think it was a series.
Okay, cool. Because it's a short story. It feels like it was like a tightly wrapped kind of story, which is cool. I like that.
Another thing that I liked was the original release date was supposed to be October 21st, 1988, but they moved the release date to November 8th because that's when the elections were.
Oh.
A common misconception is that it was because Halloween 4 was supposed to debut that same weekend, but from what I understand, it's because of the elections.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They kind of want to throw some mud in the eye of some people.
Mm-hmm. And then
88 was that Dukakis and Bush running?
Yes. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Bush won, of course, but Dukakis was everyone's hope. It is not.
I don't remember. Yeah. How old were you in 88?
I was like in 5th grade.
Okay, so you kind of remember it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I don't remember this movie coming out at all in 88.
Well, $3 million, they probably didn't have any marketing.
They probably didn't come out, to the movie theaters around where I, North Olmsted, where I grew up.
Uh-huh.
So, but if I would have, I mean, I don't know if I would have been able to go to this one. It was still too young.
Mm-hmm. What do you think the most expensive scene would have been in this movie?
Oh, I know the answer, actually. I'm not going to answer.
What about you, Roger?
Probably the destruction of the camp. That's what I think. Just because.
No, it's not what you think it is. I thought it would have been the rooftop scene with the helicopter at the end because I was like, man, that helicopter. But
I was thinking because 2 helicopters. No, but it was the grocery store.
It was the grocery store.
Yeah,
they had to build their own grocery store.
Yeah, and all the labels.
Because all the labels.
That's fun.
But it does sell it.
It makes total sense.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot of labels you got to do, and you got to put it on the products and the right size, everything. A lot of time.
Why? Okay, the aliens, right? They're aliens. Can they see what all the products, like what they actually look like? And like, why are they buying them? Like, why are they looking at them? Like, why?
Oh yeah, how is this going to help? It's like you just get a thing where it's like food, and it's like, which one do I get? Like this, plot hole. Right?
I thought about that. I like stressed out about that.
I never saw it from there. I don't.
Well, maybe it's
humanize them. I don't see the story from their eyes. They only see it from,
maybe it's like Predator.
I've seen it once. This is my problem.
Maybe it's like Predator vision. Maybe they just can like change their vision. Mm-hmm. It's like. Okay.
But would they eat our food,
Do they need our food?
Yeah, exactly.
Do they even need,
Do they need to buy anything?
Not really, but then why do they need to make money? But they're free enterprisers. They use up resources.
But they bring up humans too, like whoever wants to be in.
Yeah.
That whole group of people were all humans that are reaping the rewards of aligning themselves with these aliens.
Because that would perpetuate their lie.
See, this is probably why I say it's not my favorite. Just because it's like I had to constantly wait, how does that work?
But that's a good movie, though. Oh, yeah. It makes you ask questions.
Good questions.
I guess, but there's also certain things where it's like, is that a genius idea, or is that just a somewhat lazy reason?
A gaping plot hole?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I feel like when I look at The Thing, and I look at it multiple times, I can kind of I have a pretty clear understanding, I think, of what's going on, things like that. Here, it's just like, how does that work? I don't know if that's going all right.
Okay. Was that about
one more thing? When John Carpenter introduced himself to Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 3, Roddy Piper didn't know who he was.
Oh, I mean, it happens.
And then
that's fine.
But then once he found out who he was and he wanted to be in the movie, he went to Vince McMahon and he said, "Hey, like John Carpenter wants me to be in this movie." And Vince McMahon tried to talk him out of doing it. He's like, we need you right now. Mm-hmm. And this is like from Roddy Piper. Like this is like from his mouth. He's like, "We need you right now. Like you can't leave and go do this." So Roddy Piper quit.
That's what I'm talking about. Roddy Piper was gone for a little bit.
He quit, and Vince McMahon was like, "We'll make a movie." And Roddy Piper's like, "Listen, this is Hollywood. You're not gonna make a movie with me. This is like a big deal."
Yeah.
Yeah. So he left.
Well, okay. When did Roddy Piper make Body Slam then? After or before?
I've never seen Body Slam. I don't know.
With Tonka Tom?
Probably afterwards.
You think?
Yeah, because
okay, I'll look into it. But he was gone for a while. Piper's Pit, everyone's favorite, bad guy. He had a cartoon. He was the leader of the bad guys for and everything. And so he was Hogan and Piper were the top. And then he's gone. And he must have done this. And they should have marketed this during WWF Saturday morning afternoons, but
I don't think Vince.
I
don't think Vince, seen it. The thing with Vince McMahon is if it's not really his idea, if you can't make him see the vision, then you can't. And a lot of people say that till this day, wrestlers, everything, they say Roddy Piper is the best villain that ever existed.
Oh, absolutely,
best heel that ever existed in wrestling.
he came back for WCW and he was amazing again. And doing his thing, and I love the character. Everything he brought to the table.
Do you think that's why they had scenes where it's like, him saving the kid, because people were like, "Oh, he's such a jerk in wrestling" or something like that?
I don't know if the same people that watched that movie
watched wrestling
would have known that who he was. I don't know. I wasn't alive then, so I can't really comment on that.
All right,
Raj. What do you got for behind the scenes for They Live?
I'll just say this. We've been somewhat lambashing or being hard on John Carpenter, but I still can't be mad at the guy because of stories like this. So when you see the homeless camp and everything, and you see all the extras they have in there, those aren't actors. Those are just homeless people they found.
Man, that's great production.
It's just like, we're doing a film about homeless people and, the working class. Why don't we just get working class people and those kind of people? And they paid them well. I think they kept them fed and just really looked after the people. So yeah, that's just a detail I like. And so it's like we talk about John Carpenter. Honestly, I think he has earned his break. He's I think he has earned his, I don't know, reputation at this point.
Yeah, he made some iconic films that we watch till this day. So you can't. It's just maybe he cut too many corners. That's that's my review. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's after The Thing, he was just he really was just heartbroken or something about the success of that film, and it's just and he was just probably bitter, and he's usually kind of bitter. I remember I saw this thing for the website Funny or Die, and it was hosted by John Carpenter. And they just is hey, can you just I don't know, intro our videos or something? And it's for Halloween, Halloween skits. And he's there's this one moment where he's doing the Halloween theme on a keyboard or something, and he's just doing kind of lazy. And then he's just done. And it's just all right, what next? He's just so tired.
So
it's dance, monkey, dance.
All right, so I just looked it up. Roddy Piper did Body Slam in '86, 2 years before this. That was a wrestling movie, straight up wrestling movie, and a couple of WWF guys were in it, Mr. Fuji was in it, and Fatu was in it, and he was in it, and you remember Face from the A-Team? He was he was their manager. Doesn't matter.
I don't remember.
I highly recommend. It's going to be one of my recommends eventually.
Okay.
My only cool thing was that John Carpenter is everything, auteur, screenwriter, composer, director, everything, man. I appreciate that, and that's great. Way to keep the budget down, but you never know when other people bring in their talents. You never know what else you're gonna get. If you would have had The Things. The guy who made The Thing, the practical effects for The Thing, maybe in this movie might not have been a B. Maybe this one could have been an A film. Put a little bit of money into the way the aliens look. You
don't like the way they look?
I just think they looked a little cheap. That's all. Compared to The Thing, they look really good, which I just saw recently. So it's kind of I'm comparing this to The Thing, and I just think they didn't look as convincing as they could have been if you would have had somebody else involved doing them. That's all. So that's pretty much all I got is for that. It's interesting that it was only made for $3 million. That's
insane, right?
Yeah, super insane. Wow, great job for that. You can work off of this reputation for the rest of your life. Just he only gave him $3 million, and he made the film, and he made 13. That's a success story, and that'll the people still try to replicate that in Hollywood, I'm assuming.
Doesn't have a ton of crane shots. There aren't any big shots in it, so
yeah.
I'm curious to see what this was actually filmed on. I tried to look it up, what camera they used. You never.
I don't know. However he did it, he did a great job. and that's awesome.
Great use of the "they live" in the intro.
Yeah.
You know, just like the graffiti. It's just like, wow, that looks so good.
Yeah.
And it just pans over.
It's a good, simple story, tight package, and wraps up a little quickly, but I applaud the guy for pulling it off.
That was... Are we kind of moving into how would we make this better?
How would we make it better?
Okay, that was like, I hated the final shot. I mean, now that I'm like, I've seen it a couple more times, I understand, because like, you know, the woman's sleeping with an alien, and then like in the background it says marry and reproduce.
Right.
So like but I just felt like that's the final shot, you know?
Right. I know. I was waiting for the actual naked moment, you know, like female, like I was like, okay, so B movie, where's the TNA? And like, at the very end, that's kind of odd.
I disagree. I think that's an amazing way to end the film.
Of course you do.
It's like, as you say, this movie's written to be a satire, things like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the?
But usually you want
hey, baby,
your...
what's up?
It's so stupid. Usually you want your final sequence to mirror your opening sequence.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the full
and
circle
it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It's you're kind of like everything is still the same.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Only you can see what's going on.
Yeah, like they're exposed. So now what? I don't know. A war?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You were saying
it's like what I'm saying. I think so. To what I say, is it good that we now know this? Is it good?
Are we going to make them put more clothes on or a mask or something so they don't look?
Put
as
a bag over the
idiots?
face.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right. That's how you would make it. You would kind of change that last shot.
That, and also, I would definitely change the last shot. I would give John and Frank like a final hoorah. You know, like it's
something like a high five.
We followed them the whole time.
I know.
I didn't even realize John dies at the end. You know, until I saw it like the second time. Because he's just laying there.
What, John
Nada.
Okay.
Roddy Piper's
Roddy
character.
Piper dies?
Yeah,
he dies.
Yeah, he dies.
Oh,
he
boy.
dies. Yeah.
He gets shot, and it's just like his.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry. I've seen it once.
See, exactly, because you can't really, you don't really get that.
Yeah,
you know?
you're not supposed to kill your characters too. Like at the end of
I
the movie.
don't mind if that happens.
Yeah,
because
no,
he's like sacrificing himself for the greater good.
Yeah,
Sure.
He's found his purpose by the end.
All the bullets that fly, that's the one that gets them. I mean, there's so many. Oh, that's another thing. I'll get to it when let me write that down.
Stormtrooper aim.
You know, finally, like one bullet, like the magic bullet finally gets them, you know? So, okay.
Have you guys ever heard that like theory where it's like action movies are like the one possibility in a multiverse of possibilities where it's just like everything went right for the main character?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's just like all these films where it's like Die Hard, all these situations where Bruce Willis probably should have died and everything, but it's just like it's that one moment is just everything went right for him, and that.
Well, there's like a story of like a Native American chief is like talking about, I think it's Thomas Jefferson, and Thomas Jefferson was on a horse, and he was like, I forget who he was, probably fighting the Native Americans or something, and he had bullet holes all in his jacket, but he was not shot one time. And like this Native American chief is like talking about how like he was protected by like some omniscient
they believe
spirit.
in that.
Yeah. So like maybe every action movie
has that.
There's
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It's like the opening scene in Pulp Fiction. Just somehow the bullets didn't hit them.
Divine intervention. All right.
And I will smite thee.
And you will know my name is the Lord.
One more cringe moment I have.
Fix it.
Fix. I don't know how you fix this. Why is there a TV in a homeless encampment? What is it plugged into?
Oh, it's antenna, dude. You don't even know these things? It's not cable. Like, it's an antenna. No. All you need is power and an antenna, and you can get signal.
Where is the power coming from?
They ran it to the house, to the kitchen. They're allowed to use the kitchen. No?
Did you see that? Did you see the cable running into the house? Did you see it going across the road?
No, I did not.
That is a very long extension.
Yeah. Well, I mean, extension cords to the direction that we don't see.
It was too big to be a battery-powered TV.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, but antennas, were a thing.
I know that. Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. The power. Where do they have solar panels in the homeless encampment?
No, they didn't. They didn't. They could have had a generator.
They could have. Did you hear it?
No.
Did you see it?
No. There was no gas either, like tanks or anything. for the generator.
How would they pay for the gas? They're homeless.
They can get gas. I mean, you just have a tank and some people help you out sometimes in those
expensive.
neighborhoods. Well, not back then. It was like under $1 for a gallon.
But that was expensive at that moment in time.
That's true. Yeah. But they had a job.
Some of them.
A union job.
Some of them did.
Keith did. Right?
Keith and John.
Yeah.
Well, Keith and Rowdy.
And he got So they can't afford, even on a union job, they couldn't afford like some. Well, they get into it in a hotel after they beat themselves up.
Yeah, why wasn't he just living in a hotel the whole time?
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
With a shower.
Wait till I get to my part. The shower. It was so funny. Raj, how could you make this better? I know you always got great ideas.
I'm going to be honest. I'm a little low on the ideas bit. I am thinking.
Wow, I built them up.
Oh yeah, no. But I will say, considering current environments, it does feel a little odd watching Roddy Piper just go around and just kind of shoot unarmed beings, even though they're like, the bad guys of the story.
Yeah, and they do a horrible job of tracking him down too.
Yeah,
he's walking down his they got a mugshot of him somehow. And he's walking down the street, and the mugshot's right there in the TV, and he's just like, no one's like putting
yeah. And they have robot cameras flying around, and you can never see them.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And doesn't he blow one up?
Yeah, he blow it.
That's the cheapest.
And what are you looking at, little fella?
Oh, I just love I do love it's just like you hear a crash, but you don't see it because I guess it's still invisible.
But you feel it. Stuff falls on him, so he acts like the stuff fell on him. So that kind of helps sell it.
Yeah, but it's just like you don't see it, and that's a little detail I like. So that feels a little odd. Plot points.
I think
Yeah, no, I feel like you kind of covered some of them. I guess it does feel a little awkward that Roddy Piper just, you don't even. Well, does his middle finger go down, or it's just like his hand goes down?
Yeah. That's how he dies.
Yeah.
He does do the middle finger at the end.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of extended.
Yeah,
it was like a half middle finger. I thought it was just his hand, but okay, it's cool.
Part of me wishes.
F you, aliens.
Mm-hmm. Part of me wishes they maybe did something more with the Resistance. It feels a little convenient that they just found the Resistance at the end. It's just like, oh, that one guy's there, and he's like, yeah, come on with the Resistance.
How about the trash scene when he's in the trash? In the trash truck. And there's nothing. There's no lettuce in there. There's nothing liquid. It's all cardboard. There's nothing like.
Well, not only that, he opens it up, leaves it open, and then why do they dump it out? Why?
And then they leave.
And then they left. Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Why did he even put the sunglasses in the trash?
I don't know.
What was the point of that?
He needed a place to hide it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was getting rid of the evidence, and he was just like, well, I'm just going to keep one of these.
Who knew he had them?
Where were the rest of them? He only found one or two. Where'd the rest of them go?
He doesn't know he didn't put them on yet. He doesn't know what's going on yet. So why would he need to hide a box of sunglasses?
Was he like, I can sell these? Was he trying to sell them? Capitalism.
It's this exact same kind of, thing we're going with. It's like, is it brilliant or is it dumb?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a good move. Maybe he just thought they were very valuable, and they could be. He can turn a profit.
Who knows what kind of chemicals they put into this stuff? Maybe it's like the most advanced sunglasses. Maybe that'll be like televisions that you can put on.
He walked out of his union job, so maybe he turned entrepreneur, and wants to go into business. And this is it. This is his big break. Sell these $5 a pop, and I'm off to the races now. I don't know.
Maybe do something more with Keith David at the end. I don't know. It just it always kind of breaks my heart when he just gets shot.
Yeah,
I didn't see coming. It got me.
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think she was going to turn on him, and he fell in love with her. Roddy Piper, Nada fell in love with her, and
no. That's nothing.
That doesn't.
That's. I almost wish that wasn't there.
Well, it made sense because that's how she used. That's how she. Was able to deceive him.
I guess, but
because he was attracted to her.
I just don't see any reason why he feels so obsessed with her. I'm like,
after she knocks him through a window.
Yeah, I just kind of go like,
that's weird.
But maybe she was. He was looking at it as she was defending herself.
How did she even find
he found somebody that could give him some of his own medicine, and that's attractive to him. You know what I mean? Finally,
powerful.
How did she even find the Resistance? Now that I think about it, because I guess it makes sense it makes a bit more sense that it's like, oh, that one guy noticed, and it's like, oh, hey, well, come on board. Well, come with us, Keith David and Roddy Piper. We'll bring you aboard. But that one girl, she just somehow found the resistance. Like, how would she know where to go? How would she know these people?
Well, maybe they after all that stuff went down, they were keeping tabs, and they had discovered their hideout, and they sent her because they knew that she had like established a relationship with him, somewhat of a relationship.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, why would you need to send in a spy? Why didn't you just bust in and just take care of it all together? Like, couldn't she just like...
Yeah, why wouldn't they just storm the place and just, you know... And they did anyway. You know, did she lead them there? I don't know. Was she following him the whole time afterwards? After he escapes? I don't know.
Like, she didn't really ever give a sign or anything, I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe if we go back, maybe we'll see she has like a watch or something.
All right. So, how I would make this better? I'm not going to make this better. I'm going to reboot this movie. I want to remake this movie.
They want to do that.
This needs to happen.
Yeah.
This movie needs to get remade. That's what I'm coming with, because it's like so ripe for
this moment in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is one of those times where it's like, if you remake it, I go like, okay,
I would totally love to see this movie remade. I got The Rock. We put The Rock in there.
Ah, that's a good idea.
And this is it. This is a solid gold. $3 million. Okay, whatever. Like, I mean, it's just like a perfect little package. We can update it with some new themes.
You'd remake it with $3 million?
No,
you'd remake this with $150 million. I feel like, or $100 million.
At least 100.
If it's got The Rock in it, it's going to be 100 to 100.
Maybe
he's going to take 50. Sure.
Maybe have John Cena be the antagonist.
I'm lukewarm on John Cena. I'm sorry.
I enjoyed him.
Really?
Yeah,
I enjoyed him in the Suicide Squad. He was really good in that.
I don't know. Like, I just think he's corny a little bit. Like, I want him to. I don't know, more serious stuff. Sorry, I love.
We'll get back to this. We'll get back to this.
Okay, go ahead, Roger.
Just come back to this.
No. John Cena. He recently he was a standout for me in the Suicide Squad, and it's normally shocking because he's usually maybe more so bland in a lot of other things, but really killing in that role is Peacemaker. But
okay, maybe I got to watch the Peacemaker. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to come back to that.
Okay,
he's great.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I want to reboot it. I want to remake it. I want this to be remade. I want to see a remake. I want a completely updated. I'm not worried about the diverse cast or whatever. I'm talking about use some modern stuff, because they do talk about terrorism and stuff, and stuff like that. And I don't know. I could see it happening, and I think it's a perfect little story to make. For it to take.
These
off
are the
today.
types of stories that I love.
Yeah, it's great. It's totally like a hidden. Is it a cult classic? I don't know.
It is a cult.
It's a cult classic.
Yeah. Oh man, I totally missed the boat on this one. I'm hitting. I watched it. I'm like, how did this slip through the cracks? Because it did, and I don't know.
The reason why I chose this is because of my short that I'm working on.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, a lot of themes.
Oh,
a lot of the same themes.
I'm interested to see that. Then that sounds cool.
I'm curious what Siskel and Ebert had to say about this film.
Oh, that's a good point.
Wait, do you not know?
I'm certain I know why he has them at the end, because he hates them. He hates Siskel and Ebert, and I have to see what they.
I think Ebert hated it, and Siskel was okay with it. And Ebert got mad at Siskel for even being okay with it. Yeah.
I don't like how those guys are the gateways to people doing films. If you do want to do a film and you can make it happen, bravo to you, and it should get made.
Listen, they're snobs.
Who are they?
They're snobs.
Who are they to judge everybody?
They drink wine and watch movies and crap.
I want to see their movie that they made.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh no, Ebert did make a movie.
Was it good?
No.
Well, there you go.
You don't even know about it.
Exactly. I had no idea. So there you go.
He was a failed business. He was a failed filmmaker, and he was like, okay, I'm going to go review films.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, because he's.
That's what they do. Those
cynical,
that can't teach, I guess.
What was it?
What is he teaching? He's teaching you not how to review films.
I don't know.
They did have some good reviews though. I really liked their review of Jaws 4: The Revenge.
Okay.
Where it's like they had.
I didn't know there was a Jaws 4.
Oh yeah. There was Jaws 1, 2. It's a franchise.
I know it's a franchise. I knew there was at least 3.
Jaws 4 is Jaws 4 is a hilarious disaster. It's just the shark looks fake. even more so. Shark
right.
still looks fake.
So They Live has a 7.3 out of 10. 124,000 people rating it on IMDb. So that's awesome. Actually, that's a pretty great rating.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Tons of people like it. I think it totally can get remade, and it should be remade. This is one I'm not for reboots or redons, or I don't think they should do a sequel. I think they should do a reboot.
Yeah. So as of 2010, I know there was like talks to like do a remake that was more traditional to the short story itself.
Okay, cool.
But it's kind of been in development
production.
Since then,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If it's more like following the original book, I'd be interested. But Red Letter Media did a review kind of for They Live, where it's like it's a mini review, but they talked about how it's like They Live. One of the things that's special about They Live is that people have these movies and they'll say like, oh, it's more relevant today than it was back then. But it's like with They Live, it's not really that it's more relevant. It's just that it's like nothing has changed.
Yeah,
nothing has really changed, and that's why it's just still kind of loved by people, because it's just like it just speaks to them, you know.
Okay. You got any last words? Last thoughts that we kind of like forgot to talk about? Something, this is your chance to like, when we converse afterwards, we're going to be like, oh, I should have said this. This is your chance. Not to put you on the spot.
No, I guess the one thing that I wrote was like, I liked that, like how the fight scene inspired so many other fight scenes.
Okay.
Like I know it inspired the fight scene in South Park, the cripple fight scene.
or okay. I'm kind of reminded of
Family Guy.
No, I think no, it was South Park.
South Park.
But I'm also kind of reminded of the scene in John Wick 2 where Keanu Reeves, John Wick.
I haven't seen that yet.
But there's this one fight scene that kind of goes on for a while, and it reminded me of They Live.
Okay.
So there's that. But as you were...
Yeah, no, that's just...
Okay. Raj, last thoughts.
There was one... I liked how when it was revealed that there are aliens everywhere... There's no like big musical sting or anything. Da da da. It's just more like, oh, okay. It's just so casual. I mean, there's music, but it's just kind of like it kind of starts to come in as he's like getting a grasp of it. And it's just like, oh wow, okay. There's everyone here.
And there's people making jokes too.
Yeah,
remember in Cable 54, like you look like crap.
Oh,
but they didn't say crap.
I like the little bit after the cops invade the camp. And there's that one guy that goes, somebody start World War III? They kind of did.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, the guy smoking the joint.
Yeah. It's just like they kind of did. I mean, it set up the events that would lead to, like, essentially us finding out about the aliens.
Yeah.
I like how that garbage pit where he put all the glasses seems to be the place where everyone discovers... where it's both like the eye-opening experience for both Roddy and Keith David.
I liked how the garbage came and got picked up. I didn't see that coming, and I should have. Like it's such a like earthly thing to do. Like something, it's like something that should happen. I would have never thought to have wrote that into a story that the garbage got picked up.
More working class elements.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, with the fight, I there's something I think I might have picked up. I like how the fight, it's not just a fight for them to, put on the glasses. It's kind of like this excuse for them both to like vent, because they're both like, Keith David has been dealing with all this stuff for like years upon years, and he's probably just been like so bitter and angry, and like Roddy Piper has just recently discovered something big, and he's trying to get people to listen to him, and he has no way of like letting people know. So this is just them just going like getting all their frustrations out and everything, and that's just something a little detail I don't think I ever noticed.
One thing about that fight, I'm glad the Camaro didn't get hurt, because the other car got the window smashed and stuff. I'm glad they didn't mess with the Camaro.
I noticed one thing. Remember when he smashes the window with the piece of lumber, and then Keith David smashes the bottle against the car, and like the whole thing breaks, and he laughs, and I think that's why he laughed, is because like he broke the whole bottle, so he couldn't actually cut him with anything.
Yeah, and Rowdy was laughing at him.
He breaks the window. He's like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry. He realized he's gone too far." Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to kill you.
No one set me up for that. No one told me about that. But I was like, this is going on a long time.
I know.
This is very like awkward fight, and they keep stopping. And we've talked about this already. But like I was not ready for that.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't prepped for it, and I'm glad no one spoiled it for me. So I'm glad. For
all I think I ever told you was it's one of the best fight scenes ever made, and I wasn't lying.
Even though we're spoiler heavy, like I'm glad I never got spoiled on that.
Oh yeah, no.
So we're good.
Yeah, I wouldn't dare say it's one of the longest fight scenes ever.
So you're talking about video. Are you all set, Raj? With your?
I think no. I think I'm done.
Okay, my last thoughts are: you talk about video games, John Carpenter's video game, but I saw video games in this movie. Two of them. I saw Portal, the video game, which is you shoot a hole and then you come out. You shoot another hole and you come out that other hole, and that's with that portal with the
wristwatch.
Wristwatch.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. Reminded me of that. And then Halo. There's this part in Halo 2 or 3 when you're playing multiplayer, you kind of like. They kind of like jettisons you into like another part of the board. Yeah. So that kind of contraption that they can go through worlds, and that's kind of like they insinuate that's how the aliens got here or whatever. That's how they travel. It's towards the end, when they're getting the tour.
Yeah.
I saw that in the video games. Like, I could see the makers of Halo use this movie as inspiration for that contraption in their video game is all. So I thought that was cool. And then, like I said, the soldiers, anybody who was shooting in this movie, like, loved shooting out in the open. They did not like to take cover.
Yeah.
I don't know what, shooting from the hip. They never reloaded. I mean, these weapons just shot forever.
They used human weapons. Why didn't they use, like, lasers or something? These advanced...
I don't know.
Maybe they had lasers, but they just sucked. So it's just like...
I know why they did it, because in the comic book they used real weapons.
Okay.
So.
And Rowdy was like, "Oh, you guys died just like us."
Yeah.
And then that's probably what cemented real weapons.
And remember when the cop says, "You look just as bad to us as we do to you," but then the woman's sleeping with the alien at the end? Why is the alien sleeping with human beings?
Oh, if she's gross looking.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his kink. Maybe he's just like, "Oh God, I get off on this."
Dude, that's great. That's good stuff. And then last thing, the soldiers were using the Ghostbusters device.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the PKE meter.
Yeah, the PKE meter. Thank you. I knew he would know the answer. Yeah, the PKE meter. I was like, oh, repurposing a prop. That's crazy. Like, I've never seen that before. So it was kind of funny.
I have one thing that I forgot.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
Go on, shoot.
It took me a long time. I had to see this movie twice before I figured out the homeless guy that becomes rich at the end. I didn't realize who that was. I was trying to like figure out. Remember, he's like walking him through the studio and everything like that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was him, because he's like, he goes from like being dirty and scraggly to being like all cleaned up, and you can't really.
Well, he's only there for like 2 minutes before you see him again at the end, and it's just like,
I think he's represents. If you align yourself with the aliens, you could prosper.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's representing.
That's definitely what it is. Yeah. It's just like I didn't realize. I was like, who's this guy?
Because he's all cleaned up and he looks different, right?
Yeah,
but it's the same guy, and that's he coming for. Oh, hey guys, good to see you. You guys are here too. Cool.
That is the mark of. I do think that is the mark of a good movie in a certain regard, because it's like all these details you might not pick up. It's just like, oh yeah, it's like watching Airplane. You might just get a joke you never noticed before.
Yeah.
On another viewing, it's just like, oh, I never noticed that detail. Just new things to discover each time you experience it.
All right, Josh. So if people love They Live, what movie do you recommend they watch, or movies? Or
I
TV
recommend
shows?
1984, definitely.
Okay.
How can you not?
Okay.
THX 1138.
Hey.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Nice.
Twilight Zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Faculty.
Oh, good one.
And Black Mirror.
Okay, all of it.
All of it.
Okay, good. Raj?
For some reason, when I was watching this film, well, it started with the scene when he's killing the police.
Yep.
I was reminded of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Okay.
Classic.
Yeah. Because there's this one scene where it's like the guy go crazy and then
homicide.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, but he takes like he steals the gun from a guy, kills it, then he goes on a killing spree.
Okay.
And I was kind of reminded of that. The Matrix.
Okay. Always the Matrix.
Since we were talking about video games, I was kind of reminded of a segment in Saints Row 4, which I won't spoil.
Yeah.
So those are my free recommendations, I guess.
You can have more. It's all good.
Yeah, no, I don't
Okay.
I don't have any more.
All right. So I was thinking, like, what movies feature sunglasses, right? Like, or have a sunglass scene or something. Obviously, Men in Black, right?
Okay.
Because you got to put on the sunglasses and do the thing where they take the memory. So that was one. And then Summer School. You guys watch Summer School?
No.
Anyways, they write a letter of dissatisfaction to a company, a sunglass company, and they all get sunglasses. And it's like a total like everyone gets like a pair of sunglasses, and it's like just takes you back because they used to have sunglasses that weren't sunglasses; they were just like slits. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. They didn't even cover up the sun. I don't know. So like everybody gets like a cliche pair of sunglasses in there. So that was something I had to think about to try to get someone to if you're into the whole sunglass angle of the film, Summer School's got a sunglasses scene. So that's funny. Body Slam we talked about already because Roddy Piper's in that. And then, peeking behind the curtain and seeing what's really happening. So the Wizard of Oz comes to mind, and that's obviously anything John Carpenter does. So to that. So those are my recommendations. And deep dives into the whole They Live world. Evil Dead's, but I talked about that in Army of Darkness. So, what are you currently watching now that might be influencing your watch here, Josh?
I've told you about this so many times. Raised by Wolves.
Raised by Wolves.
I love that show. Have you seen it yet, Roger?
No, but I know that was the movie. That was what you originally wanted to show us.
Is it dry? I guess
that's Ridley Scott, so it's
Ridley
pretty dry.
Scott. Well,
Scott.
it's executive produced by Ridley Scott.
And he directed a couple episodes.
He directed the first 3, and he directed the first one of the second season, I think.
I'm just like, when
you think it's dry?
I watched the first episode, and it just didn't seem like it was like intense or anything. Just
even at the end.
I guess I have to I don't know. It just seems slow.
Oh yeah, no. I tried to get him to watch a show called Doom Patrol, and he was like,
"Yeah,
it was."
Yeah, he gives 3 episodes. I think I give 1, but not that I don't want to watch it. It didn't grab me.
Okay,
I need.
What I like about it is
I need more meat on the bone.
I like movies and shows with religious themes.
Oh.
I'm fascinated. That's kind of like what I want to make stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm on a journey of self-discovery, and I've kind of become a Christian again. I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
And to me, it's just it's the story of Adam and Eve on another planet where Adam and Eve are androids, and they're giving birth to humanity again. And then as the first season goes on, all these crazy things start happening.
Okay.
That
I had no idea.
Have a lot of Christian themes.
I did not know that.
And Christianity isn't the prevailing religion. It's Mithraism, which was actually a religion that was competing with Christianity in the early Roman Empire.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So I just looked up all this background. Yeah.
Because the Christians went in and start demolishing temples of other religions.
Yes, and their god was Sol. Sol's the sun.
The sun. Yeah. Wow.
So it's just all this crazy stuff. So I just fell in love with it.
So it's got some history stuff in it.
Got history in it. Yeah.
Religion. Yeah. That's the basis for all kinds of wars and strife and whatnot. So
if I can ask, I got 2 religious properties that I'm curious what you think about. What do you think about RoboCop?
Okay, yeah. A lot of heavy religious themes there.
Yeah, there is. Paul Verhoeven talked about how he was inspired by the story of Jesus Christ, and he
like the rebirth, but he comes back as
rebirth, and there's all these religious themes that he kind of talked about that he hints at. Also, because I'm going more, this next one is a bit more serious. Though, have you ever seen Netflix's Daredevil?
Yeah, I saw the first season.
What are your thoughts on that?
I loved the first season. I wish I would have watched the second season.
Yeah, you might. From recent news, you might have to watch it on I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, because they're gonna take it off.
Yeah. Hopefully, it goes to I don't know, Disney Plus, or.
I mean, I would think that, but is Disney Plus gonna put The Punisher on there? There's no way.
No. I just started watching that.
Dude, it's amazing.
Yeah,
you need to finish it. You need to finish it.
Okay,
oh my god!
Before they take it off. Yeah.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
On Netflix. Yeah.
Okay.
The ending.
Okay.
Oh my god! Yeah, like it's like, how could you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Hey.
Yeah. No, we're not saying anything.
Don't spoil me.
Yeah.
I'll spoil everybody else now.
Probably some of the best action.
We're not spoiling anything.
Yeah.
That first episode was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if
Talk about union jobs.
If I could talk about if I could talk about Daredevil, season 2,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
Season 3 is great.
Okay.
Yeah. You might ever be wondering what's better, season 1 or 2? Season 1 or 3? I think 3.
Well, let's have a Daredevil discussion because I want to talk about that because I lost interest in season 2, but you need to pump me back in there.
Yeah. No. If I ever go about it, it's like season 1 of Daredevil is great.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones is great. Daredevil 2 is okay, but there's like highs and lows. Luke Cage is okay. Iron Fist, skip.
Okay. Cool.
Then the Fenders, it's okay.
Okay.
And then you have to go through a lot to get to Daredevil season 3, and then everything else after that, except the Punisher, is good.
All right, what else you got?
Peacemaker. I just finished that.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's got some great comedy in it. John Cena really stands out.
John Cena.
Like there's one scene where he just names off so many different names of famous people, and I guess he just ad-libbed 80 names on set.
Oh, wow.
So it was just
He's talented.
He's
talented.
a bunch of these guys like these big buff guys. They're really good at comedy. I've been noticing Chris Hemsworth. He's pretty good. He's pretty funny.
he's pretty decent. Yeah.
No, I loved him. It's hard to. I liked him when he was the guy talking in the hand.
wrestler?
The wrestler.
Yeah.
I just thought it was.
I hated him as a wrestler.
Super funny.
He's too much of a goody two shoes in that.
Yeah.
But with his recent film, I go if they ever make a Doom movie, I could see him being Doom guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he could be Doom guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's big.
But Wolfenstein would be cool.
Wolfenstein would be all right.
Movie would be awesome. Yeah.
No.
Did they make one?
No, they haven't made Wolfenstein.
They should.
If it's like, what movie would you want to be made? A new Doom movie or a Wolfenstein?
Definitely
movie?
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I'd go Wolfenstein.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah. It's got more of a narrative story. Honestly.
Yeah. And you got to.
But it's been done. Nazis come back.
That's the best part.
Yeah, but Captain America.
Love to hate Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
I hate these guys.
Well, you
Jones.
maybe do a movie that's like The Raid, but it's just it's just you're gonna work way up to the top. Maybe it's just for some reason it's in a martial arts
called
film.
Mortal Kombat, and they haven't made it yet.
Mortal Kombat?
I just mean they haven't made Mortal Kombat to where you got to work your way to the top.
The tournament style, yeah.
Yeah, even the games don't really do that. It's just kind of random.
The first and second one, the originals with the towers.
Okay,
that's what I mean. The towers.
With the more recent ones, where it's okay, now you're gonna fight this guy.
Yeah.
Now you fight these guys.
Yeah. Now it's all
random.
Multiverse, and it's come on.
You know who made a movie about fighting up a rank? Najada.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Legion of Lyricists.
Oh, okay. All right. I remember when he was making that. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
That's what it's
good.
about?
Yeah, I saw it in the movie theater that he put it on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sweet. I liked
that guy.
it. I liked it a lot.
Good.
Najada Davis. Look him up. Legion of Lyricists.
I just talked to him yesterday.
Okay. We got to get him on the show, too.
You do.
Yeah,
he's
for
the
sure.
man. One more.
If you like sci-fi.
Antlers. I just saw Antlers.
Oh, yeah. It's that... the trailer gives it. It's a Wendigo movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's produced by Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, say no more.
It's got a cool monster in it, dude. It's awesome.
I'm in. Guillermo del Toro, Antlers. I'm in.
Produced, not directed, but produced.
But it's going to be like, that whole.
It's got
thing.
Todd from Breaking Bad in it as like a. He's the guy who kind of looks like Matt Damon, I believe.
I got
Jesse Plemons. Jesse Plemons. That's his name.
The blonde guy.
Maybe the redheaded guy.
The redheaded guy. I'm trying to remember.
I'm pretty sure Jesse Plemons was in it.
Anyways, I got to watch Pig.
Yeah.
I got to watch Pig. I started to, but the wife didn't want to watch a Nicolas Cage film.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that I'm thinking of. Jesse Plemons, yeah.
Do you still have any movies you want to?
I don't want to watch Pig again. I saw it twice.
Okay.
I disagree that it was good.
Really?
real?
Yeah.
Oh.
I disagree because it was just like you're waiting. It's like you're waiting for an action scene to happen, and it never does.
But it's not an action movie.
I know, but it's like kind of built up like it is.
Well, yeah, you think Nick Cage is in it.
Yeah, but
you
it's
think something's about to happen, and like it just never does.
Yeah, that's the thing. You shouldn't go into the film thinking it's an action movie. It's a drama.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very much a sad movie. So if I can just I haven't really been watching much. Though I did go back and revisit the first two Austin Powers movies.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, keep those alive. Those are
first
those are
one
good.
Probably better.
It's the best one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong with either one. But
Sharks with frickin' laser beams.
You know what's funny is like I saw the original Bond movies.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like I watched them during the pandemic, and I saw all the things that were in Austin Powers. And I was like, that is so funny.
Yeah, it's a parody.
It's up there, I think, with Airplane. It's maybe just a little below Airplane, but it's like I'm just watching it and I go like, I see what they're making fun of.
Yeah,
I get it. It's hilarious.
It's all of it. It's like classic stuff. All right, what I've been watching. The Olympics, of course. Just tuning in because it's it's
a great
right
sci-fi.
it's not sci-fi, but like I'm intrigued. The whole world gets together and not kill themselves, but like do friendly competitions. I think it's kind of cool. Closest thing to peace on earth and working together, but it is what it is. Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I saw it on Amazon Prime.
Okay,
and I did not. I totally forgot this movie came out. Mm-hmm. I'm just Jay and Silent Bob are like they do it for me. I like it.
Okay.
So I was like, I watched it and I was like, it's super funny. It's they just talk about making fun of reboots and stuff. So it's good. Cronkman and Chronic or whatever.
Bluntman and
Chronic, yeah. And Mallrats. I grew up on Mallrats. I grew up on Clerks. I grew up on all that Kevin Smith stuff. And he makes fun of himself. And he's talking about having his dog. Like it's like movies from my generation, my age group.
I love Clerks.
Yeah. So, and he's a little bit older than me, and so he's kind of making movies about me, and he's got some digs on Star Wars reboots and everything, just reboots in general, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. It's a fun movie, and he throws in a scene that I was totally gonna like. I haven't seen anyone kind of redo, and he put it in there, and I'm like, oh, he's kind of not. He stole my thunder a little bit. The Glenn Ross scene when.
Always be recording?
Yeah, always be, always be, selling, always be closing. Right?
Always be, yeah, ABCs.
That whole scene, have you seen it? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, like Alec Baldwin scene. It hasn't been used enough, and he used it, so it was cool. I'd like to somehow figure out the way to use it, but it's been done already. I'm reading a book. Or listening to a book. I don't read books. I listen to books to get through the book a lot quicker. The Measure of a Man by Sidney Poitier. And it's bringing me to tears, like just listening to his story and him talking about his life and how he got into Hollywood and how he broke in. And, so far, I'm in the beginning, I almost cry like every couple minutes because it's him saying, the story. And, so it's not only like you're getting the story said the way he meant it to be said, because he's actually doing the voice acting for the book.
Oh, so you're listening?
You're listening to Sidney Poitier, do the audio book version of his book.
Okay,
and it just hits you like a ton of bricks all the time. So I'm loving it. That's about it. All right. Well, I'd like to thank Josh Lawhorn. We'll get to the tease right after we thank Josh. Hopefully you can come back, like if it's not too much, for you. But, I know, you reached out and you wanted us to do this. And I thank you for doing that. And we'll put the Kickstarter for your movie, The Ostrich.
Ostrich Eyes.
Yes. On the description. And very looking forward to seeing the film and what you come out, what comes out of your brain.
Thank you.
And hopefully, we'll just keep in touch, and you can don't be a stranger. Come around. Where we're at.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been great having you here.
Awesome. Thank you. Nice meeting you as well.
Thank you for bringing They Live and opening up my eyes.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. Great way to phrase it. There we go. So as for the teaser, Lito, I know nothing about the film. I think you'd be better at it teasing.
Okay. Let's say, Star Trek gets home improved.
Okay.
And we'll leave you. We'll let you guys be, and we give you back your lives to doing what you were doing. And thank you very much, guys.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. And obey.
Their mouths are full of bitterness and curses, and in their paths, nothing but ruin and misery, and the fear of God is not before their eyes. They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful, and they have blinded us to the truth. And our human spirit is corrupted. Why do we worship greed? Because outside the limit of our sight, feeding off us, perched on top of us from birth to death, are our owners. Our owners. They have us. They control us. They are our masters. Wake up. They're all about you, all around you.
Keep up the good work and prevent accidents. This shift is concluded.